Jake?
My friend?
I'm engineering right now. I'm unmuting, and
Well, then why don't I take this? Go ahead.
I was just thinking about the whole thought of if you're in DFW right now and you're in a car buying mood, you're probably like, I guess I can't do it. I'm frozen inside. We can't get to the dealership.
I'd slip and fall in the parking lot.
Yeah.
No new vehicle, darling.
But we're here to rescue you in your hour of need. We got fairlease.org.
Fairlease.org. That's the only site you need to know. There is no physical location. Fairlease.org is where they can give you a value for your trade-in. They can start the process of getting you out of your previous lease if you're in one that you're upside down in. Maybe you got into one during the pandemic and prices were sky high. You can get out of that now. We know people who have had their leases bought out by Fairlease, personal and commercial. We talked to Nick and Connor over there last week, and they were really hyping up the commercial program. A lot of people don't know about the lease option for their fleet, write-offs, unlimited mileage. They can hook you up with all that and your personal leases at fairlease.org. Click request a quote, and then on the drop-down menu you see, tell them the Dumb Zone sent you.
Flexible, focused on you. Fairlease when you don't know what to do about a car. 'Cause car stuff is hard. Not with Fairlease. You don't need a dealership, baby.
Hello, friends. Hello, Frozen DFW. This is the Dumb Zone. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
Clayton is here as well. Foodie CK. Although he's here, but he's not here. And here, where Dan and Jake are together, is not the Game Day Men's Health Studio. GameDay.dumbzone.com. Here is high atop my garage, covered by a Qualis roof, covered by snow, darling, and ice, shingles. But the Qualis roof has kept that snow out. There's no snow in here. It's incredible. How many people can say their roof keeps the snow out? Qualis. That's who. Other people are just sitting there all freezing inside their living room because of all the snow that's seeping in their inferior roofs.
Well, maybe they should call community. I don't know how many we want to do here.
Roofs, hooves.
Yeah, that's a word I mess up.
Roofs, roofs.
It's two wolves adjacent.
Anyway, Dan and Jake are here high atop my garage. Manly enough to make it over here, both of us.
Yeah, no doubt. Doesn't matter how you got here.
And we have at different corners of the Metroplex, the DFW area. We have Clayton and Blake. Clayton, where do you, I don't know, sit today? Where are you? I thought we had Clayton. Were you under the impression we did?
Parts unknown.
Okay. We have a muted Clayton.
And the only reason
He's just a video guy, folks. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
The only reason Dan has to ask is because Clayton is a heterosexual male and has not shared his location with his partner like Blake has. So Dan doesn't even have to ask.
Clayton doesn't have friends.
Oh, yeah. He's my friend, and I don't need to know where he is.
That's his choice. He would admit it.
Dan
Clayton's off the grid.
He's don't have
friends.
friends.
Know where he is.
That's true. It's like De Niro and Heat. Or
He
Pacino
doesn't even.
in Heat.
When Clayton does Zoom like we're doing today, he doesn't even put like his background because then you might be able to like, oh look out that window. There's a tower.
I don't need y'all knowing anything about me.
That's
Right.
what I'm
Two
saying.
or three of y'all that are getting coordinates if shit goes down, and one of them is sitting here with shooting glasses on. He's not getting those coordinates.
Yeah.
The two boys up top are safe.
Blue light is not hitting these retinas.
So, and Blake making fun of Clayton. He's just a video guy. He doesn't get the audio. Yet, of all of our setups, our home setups, it feels like Blake has the inferior audio product. Like, it looks really good.
It does
It's
look
a
really
cool,
good.
like, studio mic. You've got awesome headphones. Now you got these whatever blocking glasses.
Mm-hmm.
No, Blake's setup makes me feel like he's about to go on a rant about who controls the media. Or like he looks like a streamer, he's ready to.
I've received documents. I know where Charlie Kirk is right now. If you subscribe and sign up for the newsletter, I'll tell you his precise location.
That's 100% Blake's spot.
It's a limited time only. Only today will I tell you where Charlie Kirk is. Get in here and sign up.
Doing ads for MREs.
Yeah, but real
Got his
quick,
water stacked behind him. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
I got some Arrowhead back here. I'm stocked up.
Well, I've got How water here.
No doubt, baby.
That's what we prefer here.
The champagne of waters is what I call it at my house. For real, my kids know. Don't drink it. Don't touch it.
They're not allowed to?
No.
They get the hose?
Well, I mean, they don't appreciate it.
No.
I would say few people do appreciate a good water like me. Just
I forgot to paperwork.
He's got to go answer to Cheryl.
So you've been sober for like 18 months and now you're a water guy?
Yeah, it kind of happens.
Blame it on Cheryl.
You're forced into it. Yeah, I'll blame it on Cheryl like during COVID. Speaking of, I got great use out of my COVID glory hole this weekend that we had for the emergencies. In the emergency, I assume that's what it was for.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Glory holes during COVID.
But if you're back.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend, man. It was I'll tell you, Mike, this is not even weekend check, but I got up this morning. It was really early, and I have some hours. I've got some stuff to listen to.
You're a grinder.
And I went to the gas station that I know is open early. And let me tell you something, if you just want to comp. There's two gas stations that I A and B from. One of them, despite the entire staff being from places where you think they'd be on the phone all the time, they are not. It is clearly a strict mandate from the man in charge. And he has a personalized license plate on his Range Rover out front, letting you know what country he's from. Like, he runs a tight-ass ship. They're closed. The other place where they're on the phone 24/7 and you might see a chicken in there, guys smoking cigarettes every time I pull up, like, oh, I got to put it out. They're open. So I popped in there this morning, and it's like kind of towards Dan's house. And I was like, why don't I just, it's like a walkthrough, visualize it before you have to do it. So I just drove all the way to Dan's house before the sun came up and was like, well, that wasn't bad. It's only going to get better when the sun comes up. So I can just do this later. And I had already eliminated the unknown.
Okay.
If I had just crashed, I wouldn't have come back over late.
Yeah, I suppose not. You'd be in a ditch.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But
I just needed out of the house, man.
Okay, yeah. 2 kids in the house.
They already canceled school tomorrow, which is a wild play.
Let's do a weekend check. Let's make it brought to us by Community Mechanical because
how about those boys?
So if you signed up for preventative maintenance, did you guys get the email?
Oh, yeah.
That was so cool to know. Community Mechanical, that's our HVAC company. Let me try and find the email. Oh, here it is. You sign up for preventative maintenance. Like, they sent an email out to all those who did and said, we want to let you know we will have technicians on call this weekend due to the extreme cold. Please give us a ring or respond to this email if you lose heat and need emergency service. So that's happened to us in the past. Mm-hmm. And then we, scramble trying to find different companies that I remember one time it was like even we'd try to find one of the big advertisers on the ticket. And we were like, okay, well, I'm sure at least, they'll get me the ticket host service. No, they didn't. They weren't giving anyone any service.
No.
Community, though.
Tier 1 for everyone.
They're just they're ready for you, man. They're out. The preventative maintenance is very important, but the emergency services, the personal service.
Do you have anything detail-wise from Travis you want to add, Blake? They're probably still in the same mode right now of just, hey, you need them, they'll be there.
No updates. Just they're standing by.
It is communitydfw.com. That is the website. You can call or text Travis anytime at 469-667-7290. Nary a bad word about our boys over at Community. Had some opportunity to talk to them a couple weeks ago at Wired Will's house. And like I think I've told you guys, you just you get good report cards. Every business we talk to is like, yeah, we get regular customers and then we get Dumb Zone customers, and we know that those are going to be smooth. So communitydfw.com. I was listening to the NFC game yesterday, and I'm obsessed. I always have.
Is this weekend check now?
Real quick, I've always been obsessed with this guy's voice. Am I up? Do you have to unmute me? It's playing. No. You can just, if you just want to leave me up, then I'll just.
You're up.
I'll control my volume. Okay. Well, that's a problem.
Is this what we
thought we troubleshot?
Started late to figure out?
If I unmute on StreamYard, does it work, Blake?
No, change your. Oh, there it was.
Okay.
The Verizon Halftime Show is brought to you by Verizon, the NFL, powered by Verizon 5G. The Verizon Halftime.
I love that guy.
Yeah, sure.
So I thought we'd try it with a couple of ours.
This segment of the Dumb Zone brought to you by Community Mechanical. They don't forget about the V in HVAC.
Just do one for.
Is that a vagina joke?
What?
Dan.
Is it what everybody makes of it? Because when I think of V, bro, that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. That was cool.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
What are you going to do?
Work through it.
I would think people will give us a tiny bit of grace as we're iced in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Did the ticket go in today, Blake? Do you know? We talked to our boys.
Yeah, they did.
I'm sure that some of the hosts paid for their board ops to just stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way I remember it being.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do. No, but it does bring up an interesting bit of Dumb Zone history. Like, people ask us, like, how did you start doing this? Like, how did you start doing this at the den, whatever? It was just COVID. It was that everybody set up during COVID. And when I found out that you could just buy this and that we didn't all just have one of these, like we all, meaning the musers, the hardline, and that you had just bought one on your own, and that was the only reason that our broadcast sounded good.
Yeah, Blake owned this setup, and it was like $1,000 all put together just for some headsets and
you need the unit.
There's a special unit that hooks up like so that it sounds like you're actually in the studio at the ticket, or at any radio station can hook this thing up.
And importantly, you don't need a phone line. It's internet.
But it's higher. It's
not
better
like an
than
ISDN
that.
type thing. Yeah.
It's better than
right.
the tinty sound that we all got to know over Zoom and still, like, oddly enough, still exists like on some ESPN programs.
Yeah.
They'll just sit there with their headphone and mic at their house, and it sounds real tinty and bad. But this sounded like you were like Conrad, the guy that voices the liners and stuff on the ticket, lives in Canada, and he has this Comrex line that it sounds like he's sitting next to you. So it's beautiful, and it was $1,000.
Yeah.
So one, I guess the company that makes whatever could pay for it, but also the hosts that make $200,000 a year could be like, I don't know, maybe I would make sure that I have this. And now it was great. And then it sounded really good. And then if somebody needed spots cut, you went home, but Pat needed the commercial cut. Well, I could just do that at home. It sounds like I'm right there. And it's,
well, I mean, and honestly, it saved our show because dude, imagine if 1.5 months into doing this, they were like, you guys can't be in the same place together anymore. That's what the hardline had to do for months.
Yeah.
But I was here every day. And we didn't get to see Blake until he like grew hair on his chest the next year. We missed a whole leap.
It was longer than that.
Dude,
and
while
Blake
we're on this topic,
just went downtown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
we're on this
Oh,
topic,
dude, it was the greatest drive downtown for a year and a half. It was
I'll
amazing.
tell you what, I had a great time driving over here today.
I'll tell you what.
The roads are wide and there's
When-
nobody else on them.
Even knowing this was all coming like Friday, I was really looking forward to it. In that, just the seclusion. The only thing that I had trepidation over was if our power goes out, it's going to be horrible. And it does suck that we live in this stupid state that, can't get their act together on that at least. But
Hey, listen,
otherwise,
I didn't lose
wanted
it
the
this weekend.
seclusion. It was like an excuse.
Mhm.
Like, I can't go out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to the store. I can't go anywhere. Like, I have to
Have to
stay
plan
home.
ahead. You like that?
And it was very cool just to get, I don't know, got the house cleaned up a little
No
bit.
doubt,
a
dude.
lot of organization, a lot of prep for
No
the
doubt.
next week, just stuff.
No,
Now, I wish it was a little warmer. I could have cleaned that garage out, but I didn't.
I joked about my wife and I having sex. That obviously did not happen, but I did instead reach my proverbial climax when she would walk out of a room with 2 trash bags and be like, I just decluttered.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to throw anything away because, like Clayton, I don't own anything. I don't have anything. So I'm not the arbiter of that. But anyways, I was just thinking about when you were mentioning the audio. We used to laugh about how, the Musers draw 20s in the ratings, and you would hear like a shitty phone clip, like from Twitter or from themselves with no fade at all, garbled audio. And it's like, if you spend 20 minutes, you can go get. That is what I think of when I think of watching the NFL, and even like announcers who will just lean on momentum. And sometimes they'll say things that are just actually backwards. Like, well, now they're able to throw. They don't understand it's like Emmett getting 20 carries, the Cowboys record, right? They'll bring that up. That is wrong. But coaches will bring it up. So are they ultimately right? You know what I mean? Like some of the fourth down stuff, it doesn't, like if I have math that says that's actually the wrong decision, but the coaches think it's the right one, they talk about it like that, and nobody, like I have a hard time feeling like I'm right, even though the numbers sort of show it.
Well, I mean, how many decades did they do it literally wrong?
Right, and that, but it's kind of like goes back
Like
to Brad and Babe.
literally wrong.
Like, did they ever say, hey, we had that wrong? No, it's just the media still is idiots. And
like, I mean, does Chuck Noll look, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Somebody that coached,
Parcells even?
does he say I should have coached in a different way? Do NBA coaches say, God damn, we could have just started shooting threes in the 90s. We could have been that team. Like, it was available. There wasn't a rule change.
I bet you there was a bunch that wanted to, too. And, like, deep down, we're like, I know this would work. And they're like, you wouldn't.
And there's a math guy
bitch.
who laid it all out. And he's like, well, maybe I'm wrong because
They're all.
the whole NBA
Yeah.
refuses to. Anyway. What do you got, Clayton, from this weekend in this place that you live that you won't tell us?
I see Saturday we had a big UFC premiere on Paramount. So they're doing all their fights on Paramount now.
So it's no longer on ESPN?
Yeah, it's not on ESPN, and you basically just have Paramount Plus, and you can get it.
Yeah. So when you had ESPN Plus, did you then have to pay the fee on top of it for the event? Or
I think I never watched them on there just because like I always thought like there was an extra fee for the pay-per-view, or like you had to have like the UFC pass on ESPN. But as a
With
guy who
Paramount,
will watch,
yeah,
as a guy who will watch 2 days of a wrestling event, this was way too long. It was like if it started at 5:30 and went till almost midnight, and it was just like I was like, is this gonna end? Like, and there weren't there. They were trying to put together this showcase card because it's the new Paramount Plus, got to do the big, blow up for the new advertiser deal and everything like that. But there were so many commercial breaks that it was just like, why? Why? I don't need 500 ads on Paramount about what's coming up on Paramount Plus. Like, I already know. You told me 3 times.
Yeah, that's the thing when they
already.
make those avails. Yeah, how many streaming things do you watch that end up just being the same commercial over? It would be like if we took, I don't know, 50 breaks in a show but just ran promos.
I was very close to doing a spot right there, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, I watched Film Room for the national championship, and it was clear that we had overestimated the event. I mean, there are no ads. It's just internal promos for like volleyball on ESPNU.
Right. So what is
It's added value, I think. It's
Yeah.
just a cool thing that you can do.
But are they saying to their salespeople, sell the film room? It's
Yeah.
freaking Mike Gundy.
Yeah, but there's probably just no money in it. It's like when they used to tell the people to sell the stream, but nobody was paying anything for it.
The problem is when you have two things to sell. One is
Cannibalization.
ESPN proper, and I could sell the film room for 1/10 of that or whatever. Yeah.
Dude, but I remember, my dalliances in the fight game as like through buddies and partying. Like, we get this fight. Every single time I remember thinking, holy shit, this is long.
Yeah.
How are you, like, if you start at the beginning, dude, even boxing,
Oh yeah.
and the fight might be 5 to 10 minutes, and it's just 3,
they had
4, 5 hours.
Remember we did we do a Tyson thing here? We never did that on the air, did we?
No, I don't
we were
think
going to do the Tyson Paul
Jake
fight.
Paul, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I did it.
But yeah, there were early prelims, which was like 4 fights. Then there was like a show to lead into the prelims, and then the main show. So it was just like,
Imagine going there.
God.
well, the thing is for the early prelims and the
Kind of
prelims,
guy.
no one's in there. Like, it's just an empty arena, and you can tell the
girls'
difference. because-
basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally like hear the coach just like yelling at the guy what to do, like top of his lungs, and it's just like an empty arena. So it's like it's an all-day thing. Whereas like I remember watching like UFC growing up, and it's like, yeah, you go over to a buddy's house for 3 hours, watch 4 or 3 smaller fights, and then the main fight. And then now it was just like, let's just run everybody out there, and like half the fights just weren't good.
Anybody
A lot
die?
of no, but the big boys just gas out so fast nowadays. I don't know. Like
That
two
guy.
of the heavyweight fights, just like the guys were just taking. And what the fight ended with a guy taking a knee because he just was done.
What?
Well, because of the ICE execution situation, he just wanted to protest.
Okay, Jake.
That'd be really funny. If some badass like UFC goes like,
No, there was a speech. A guy
Constitution.
went a little ham. One of the big boys went a little wild and crazy kids during his speech, and ended it with Brittany Griner is a man, yelling that at the top of his lungs. And Dana wasn't too happy about that. Dana took to Twitter. It's like, yeah, don't want that. Not on our premiere night on Paramount Plus.
don't sully
Wait,
the name
Dana White's woke?
of UFC.
No, he's a corporate capitalist who doesn't want to lose options for.
I don't care. I'm
funding.
canceled.
Didn't
I'm
Dana
not
White
gonna
beat
watch
his
that
wife?
wrestling anymore.
Yeah, he got canceled for it.
That's a Kemp spin.
No, but he wouldn't allow himself to be canceled, right? Because then he said it would just hurt the UFC, so he's not going to step down.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen
the
him
point.
since he hit his wife. He had to go underground. They
That's the
seized
point
his
of cancel
assets.
culture.
No, I think he's
No,
yeah,
he's
doing well.
still playing.
If been canceled, no one will, on this podcast, no one will let me say anything anymore.
Still playing 100K hands of blackjack at the Hard Rock. So
Well, let's tell you about Flooring Direct DFW real quick, and then we'll move on. Flooring Direct DFW. I was texting with Dan,
Oh, okay.
my Flooring Direct buddy, this weekend,
Text
sending me
with
some good JSN videos.
Is he? Yeah, okay.
That's right. Seriously.
I believe you. Does he live up that way?
No.
Okay, we have a
Dan from
listener.
Flooring Direct.
I know we have a listener who's a coach at, like, was it Rockwall?
Oh. Where was JSN go? Where'd he go?
Rockwall, right?
Rockwall.
Yeah.
Oh, he
So I
did?
thought
Okay.
maybe that's why Dan
Yeah,
Coach
Flooring
Young.
Direct man.
Actually, yeah. Doesn't he live over Saxey Way? Well, the point is,
Yeah, we can all claim him, I guess. Anyone east over here.
Why he came out to the Cane Rosa remote out there, and he said he did so because he lives nearby.
Damn.
That has nothing to do with Flooring Direct DFW, except for that Dan is the owner there, and he's a good dude. We've already getting emails coming in just talking about how great the experience is. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ is how you can set up a in-home visit. They go right to you.
Yeah, they'll bring you the floors. They'll let you rub on them. Maybe they'll let you curl up in a little ball on one small piece of floor and see what it would be like if you had to
Kinda
sleep down there.
Kind of set it down there next to your wall. Like, how's that going to look?
How's that gonna
Ooh,
look?
Wow.
That's only possible because they bring the floor to you at Flooring Direct. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. They have a ton of deals going on. They always have good financing for you. 36 months, 0% financing right now means new floors in your home for nothing down. You probably won't even pay for these before the robots take over. So get in now at FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ.
Let's see if we can sync it with Prophets and Outlaws.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
It's hot.
I'll go.
Okay.
Watch the Elizabeth Smart documentary.
Wow. Okay. Is it new-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
don't know if
think,
there's been another crack at it or...
I don't know if this is Netflix, HBO.
You do have to ask now, by the way.
I'm guessing it's the flicks.
What
And
it's
I
on?
think well, no, you have to ask if there's been another one because I blame Bill Simmons, but there's like 4 Woodstock documentaries, Woodstock 99.
There's
Well, for
3
a-
Candy Montgomery ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, because for a while it was like, oh, this is the place that does sports documentary. This is what was the one I saw a 1-hour documentary recently on CNN. God, who was it?
I watched it too.
I'm trying to remember. The point is, was it the Chevy Chase? Yeah,
Oh, that
it was
wasn't
the
the one.
Chevy
I've seen
Chase.
another one recently.
Chevy
that
Chase,
was-
bad dude. But it was on CNN. I'm like, all of a sudden, you're just going to randomly do a documentary on a who's the documentary place? I thought it was HBO. I thought it was Netflix. The point is, Elizabeth Smart kidnapped. You've had a history of kind of ridiculing her a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably it's fully lifting the bit from Chappelle, but it definitely did seem to me when I learned about it, Chappelle's thing spoke to me because I mean, I feel like I grew up outside and I still maintain it would be impossible to kidnap me. And so the fact that you found out she was like from my house to the bowling, like
Yes.
it didn't.
Well, she was kind of holed up in the woods. They had like a teepee, a tent, is where this homeless guy ended up taking her.
I just want to say it's probably so much worse and
Right,
legitimate.
no.
I'm talking about the perception of the jokes or whatever.
Sure, yeah. No, you're being raped and stuff
It's not
for like
fun.
months.
Yeah.
And then they actually went down into town. He took his wife, who was in on the bit,
Wanda.
and Elizabeth Smart. Well, she's 14 years old. Again, she'd been raped nightly for months. Whatever. This guy had high tea. GameDay.dumbzone.com.
Wow.
I don't know if he was doing the game day
For whatever you're after.
Utah, but he would have enjoyed that 10% off. That's for sure. But they went down into town. They went into the library. So they're covered in the big whatever it is, Muslim, but it's they just got the eye slit. The ladies only have the eye slit, they don't talk. And the guy's in charge, and they actually had a cop. They were online looking for stuff in the library, homeless people go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Cop came up to him and said, I need to see under these hoods because we're looking for a missing person. This is like weeks later. And the guy convinced him that no, it's against our religion, and our heads would blow off if this happened, and you just can't do it. And she also didn't speak up right there.
Yeah.
Run to the cop, run behind him, and say, just because, again, now you don't know the 14-year-old girl's mind. Also, 14-year-old Jake and 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart, probably way different people.
Definitely.
She's compliant. She's very, very overly Mormon, Mormon.
Yeah, they were. I mean, that's the thing is they were raised. I assume she was raised again, like you said, in a compliant,
right,
obedient.
And that
type.
was not you.
No, I wasn't. But again, yeah, obviously it wasn't me because I wasn't raised that way. Like my mom, you know what I mean? So it was just what I had seen was like, no. But at the same time, there's Stockholm syndrome. There's concerns of, nobody's going to believe me.
Good documentary, though. Very good. Also, I'd like to date Elizabeth Smart. I could never be a bigger asshole to her, right? I could not.
No, she's also a piece, too, I think. When she was on, did they go over The Masked Singer?
They never did. No, it was all about it wasn't her whole life. I guess CNN's going to do that one.
Yeah.
But, so we kind of knew Friday, but we're like, all right, well, what if the weather report's wrong? We'll go ahead and broadcast the game. The weather report wasn't wrong. In fact, it's wrong the other way. Like, it's still cold, and it's still going to be really cold tomorrow morning. Schools are being canceled already for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about it Friday night, and I'm like, I got to call Jake. I know Jake really wants to do the game, but I got to tell him we have to at least cancel for guests, because now we're not just two idiots. We're two idiots who, in theory, own a business. And what if we invite these guests and they get injured on the way? And what if, because we've been kind of secretly hoping and praying that somebody does get injured and calls.
Listen, one of you needs to get in a car accident. We're having high-level meetings. They're like, it's okay. The traffic is okay, but ultimately show us the baby.
So we were thinking, what if it is someone who is on their way here?
We're talking about two birds.
They get in a horrific accident. They decide to sue us, and they employ the Frankels to do so. What kind of a tangled web would that be? On one hand, we'd be extremely excited.
Yeah, the deal stays.
That Frankel has gotten this windfall,
and
that one of our listeners is going to get a bunch of money.
Top shelf care.
Yeah.
Like, just the easiest time for that listener. And that's what it's about, is the Frankels want to help. Someone would be getting helped.
Yeah.
But we're the type of guys
they'd be after us, though.
That's okay.
So anyway,
214-817-333-33.
I talked Jake out of
33.
This segment of the Dumb Zone brought to you by Frankel and Frankel. Even if you die in a car accident, we could help your living family get the bag. Frankel and Frankel.
I promise that's the only two I have.
That's all right. Also,
I was home all weekend.
Two more quick hits. One is that the Endicott women's ice hockey team defeated Curry on Friday night. Casey Moritz from Trophy Club made 36 saves in the victory. She only needed 9, I believe, to get to 1,000 for her career. So she now has 1,000 saves. She, of course, is the goalie who it was her fault that we lost to Tyler Sagan in the Tyler Sagan skating challenge years ago. And Bob, Dan, and Jake, with Casey in goal, skated against Tyler Sagan, full court, right? Full ice.
Oh, yeah.
He had no goalie, and he beat us. Like, did we score one goal?
Yeah. I think Bob did. I had a nice dime cross ice pass to him. But that's.
Did I get a secondary?
No, and the reason you didn't get a
assist.
secondary is because you skipped the workout. Bob and I went there one morning to skate for like 90 minutes.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because I hadn't
That's cheating.
Well, I hadn't skated in like 20 years at that time.
Neither had I, but I said, I'm going to do this, and I don't cheat.
I don't. Didn't feel like a Blake
Here's a
thing.
guy who's taking pitching lessons at the age of 40, though. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it made me think then. I was like, God, I miss doing this. I loved playing ice hockey. It was a lot of fun.
And then my last note is
shout out to Casey. Congrats. Proud papa.
Yeah. And my last note is it's really cool because I'm learning fun features about the iPhone update. And it's great how you can either swipe left to go to a new tab, or you can kind of barely touch it.
This is what we need it open for.
So in the morning, I'm trying to play all my games. I'm going from Wordle, then I'll go to Immaculate Grid, and then I'll go over to the connections. And it's cool how you can kind of barely touch something when you're switching tabs, and then it just deletes all of them.
Yeah.
And then you have to go search, months back to actually find the. It's really cool. I'm having so much fun with the new iPhone update. I can't wait till I finally figure out every goddamn thing on this update, and then they can send me another one. And then it'd be like, oh, look, but a bubble. It looks like a bubble. Okay, I don't care.
It's liquid glass, dude.
I just want the time. Yeah, I don't need it to go. Oh, look, it's like a teardrop falling down, and you can kind of see the time if you squint. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Dan would have complained about the score bug on NFL games, right? Well, I can't see the game. I can't see the game.
I got to see their feet. Footwork is very important when you're blocking.
Who cares what the time and score is?
I want to be in the on the naming committee.
They got to be running out of words.
Sequoia.
Oh, is the phone update the same as the whole Chrome or the whole whatever? The point is,
will there be an Apple 54 Skibbity?
Skibbity. That's probably right. Yeah.
Who wants to weekend check?
When they switched from numbers, here's what we have from this point forward, Dan. Jaguar, Panther, Tiger, Leopard, Lion, Maverick, Yosemite, El Capitan, Sierra, High Sierra, Mojave. Now it's just pretty much all California.
What if we go to Indian?
Catalina, Big Sur, Monterey, Ventura, Sonoma, Sequoia, Tahoe. Honoring the Native Americans in the only way that we can. Naming operating systems after them after taking their stuff. I'll run through some quick stuff. A lot of ball watched yesterday. I ate 3/4 of a Walmart cheesecake. My wife was pissed at me saying, like, "Well, you dumb bitch bought a cheesecake."
I knew you would enjoy it.
I started eating them. I mean, it's a Walmart cheesecake. It's probably $12, but I started eating the individual slices by hand, like a calzone or a piece of. There's no fork. Like by Saturday night, it was just.
You bought the sampler one?
Yeah, with
you get
so
3 strawberries,
like 4 individual pieces than if you had had one big cut piece.
Yes.
Yeah, because I just had a small one.
It contributes to that for sure. We bought a couple of tubes. Just basic little tubes, got the ropes, and just went out front on Saturday and had a blast.
Oh, that must have been great.
It was. My street's flat right there. There's a couple of I have a neighbor.
Do a little swinging around.
Dude, the slingshot. That's all I was doing is getting going fast and then throw him. And Carter's, dude.
He's a wild man, too. He probably wants it.
He wants it, and I don't know. This is so messed up, the male-female thing. Like, I probably shouldn't say this, but like I don't want him to get hurt, but it doesn't bother me. Like he hit the curb one time and popped off and just his face just hit right on the curb. And I'm like, that's not going to hurt him, but it is going to leave a mark. And it kind of like if that was my daughter, I would have driven her to the emergency room.
Yeah.
But now the neighbor kids, I have a neighbor who's got like a bunch of kids. They're all like teen to college age. And now that there's 2 teen boys over there, and they're like, let us throw him. We can get him going faster. And now me and the neighbor kids are working together to sling Carter faster on the tube down the ice into the yard. But I don't know. You live in an uppity neighborhood whenever people can break out the skis. Like I saw a couple people who had skateboard decks with
like,
the trucks and wheels off like we used to do.
Cross-country skiing?
Yeah, and then they would just get behind a truck. Now, it was an old beat-up truck, but there were people skiing in my neighborhood.
That's cool.
It was cool. I think Blake brought this up a few months ago. I don't know I guess this is why there's always the joke about people at an old folks' home needing a blanket, but my ability to deal with the cold or to convince myself that I can deal with the cold is completely gone.
Yep.
It's gone. Basically, my life is so soft at this point. Anything that makes me uncomfortable. Like I heard some comedians talking over the weekend about that's the main difference. It was a guy saying he had lived with like a Chinese family, some immigrants before. The main difference is just that they don't mind being uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable like all the time. Their water doesn't work properly. It's not hot. They're heating. They can't. I walk outside and I'm like, ugh, I don't like that at all. And before, I think I thought I was like, whatever, man.
Yeah, you're tough.
I have a high pain tolerance. And now, like, I would never say that.
Do you have real wood fire?
No.
Did you have fires going?
We had fake fire. We have it's gas or
Is that warm?
Yeah, it's really warm.
Okay.
It's really warm. And dude, I'll tell you, I mean, it's not community time, but if you that mini split that they put in my little side, it's by far the hottest thing you can sit in the house is that room. It's not even close.
Your office?
Yeah.
And it's above your garage too, right?
Yeah. And the garage will stay kind of cold, and above it's awesome. Just a lot of time in the house with everyone. And so you have to like try to find time where each person's going to get to go do their own thing and like actually designate that. But this is SG, but when you get to this point, it doesn't happen often, especially with the age difference we have in male female. But when you can just sit and like without them knowing it, listen to your kids actually play together. It's not even really that they're being nice. It's that they're passing time without you involved and they're both fine. It's like the sweetest symphony you've ever heard, except you wrote it with your balls.
Dude, once, I think it was because grandmas were here or something, so we had them. They had to sleep in the same room. And I put a recorder in there.
Oh, yeah.
When I tucked them in to go to bed. And it's an amazing listen.
I
did it right after. I haven't gone back. I should go back because now
old?
they're 15 years older. I don't know. They were, 5 and 7 or something like that. And just them talking, just what's their conversation as they go to bed?
Yeah, no, I once they started, I started recording too. Because I think of you all the time. I record the audio of very, very mundane stuff. But yeah. Two of them talking. I'm just like sitting there looking at the sky like
it's almost like the analogy of organized sports. And nobody plays just regular sports together.
Unstructured.
But you're always kind of structuring, doing something with your kids or planning this or let's do this. And yes, to let them just have their own free time together. How did they? Because they act different in front of you.
Yes.
Like I say, when I get my 2 girls together, they're terrors, and each one of them individually is a gem, a 10 of 10 to deal with. But once they get together, they either, I don't know if it's an inside thing, but maybe the girl will start beating up the boy more because you're around. Or, I don't like him. Yes. I need you to know I hate him.
That's it.
And if you saw me playing with him nicely, it would be, you might get this weird
That's
idea.
why I was in the other room.
Yeah.
Because she does want us to think that she hates him. So she's like in those moments of weakness, because she doesn't, but I don't, it was stuff like that. It's that you're forced to get to actually see. That's kind of a cool part of being at home, but not cool enough that I wasn't willing to risk my life and limb to drive over here today. I needed out of the house, Dan. Out of the house.
You'll pay for it when you get home because your wife will say, "Oh, here now is my free time," because she's thinking that you're having free time. This is a job. We are doing a job. We are. Do they understand that? They don't understand that. They don't understand that we have to tell everybody that Ownwell is a place where you can contest your property taxes. Speaking of places that we've gotten tons of email response on.
Saving money.
Let's just go to our copy sheet, take a look at all that email that has come in over the years for Ownwell. What's that website?
Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. I got an email from them over the weekend where they just had reminded me how much I saved last year. And it, you got an account, you got a portal. stay signed up for you there. You can have them take a look at some of your bills. They've saved Blake a lot of money on his phone and internet bills. And you only pay if you save money with Ownwell. That's the thing. It's a very low risk commitment. You're just giving them their address, answering a few questions at ownwell.com/thedumbzone. Just a few minutes, and about 86% of people get a reduction on their assessed property value. So there's no reason not to do this. Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. You see these things on here. Come in here and get a free coffee, or come in here and buy one, get one free. That's like you're saving $10 with Ownwell. It could be hundreds of dollars. Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. Save some money. Hey, Blake.
Hey, fellas. So pretty boring weekend for me because I've got the boys. Benny is too young to really do anything, and Brooks didn't really want to get out and play in it. It wasn't real snow, and so the first time he went outside to try to like make a snowball and he couldn't, he was kind of out on it after that.
Let me tell you something that the northern kids, I bet, have internalized. My daughter is very cognizant of how long it takes to get bundled up.
That was the other thing too.
It's like, well, then we're only going to be out there for this long, and then it takes forever to put the stuff on. It takes forever to take the stuff off. Like, is it worth it?
Yeah, because I ran into that, and I'm definitely
fortunately right. Where like, I know she's right, but I make her do it. But it's like, if you do that every day, it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
For her, it's like, geez.
But if you have 3 days in front of you and just time to kill, yeah, it's worth it. We're just like, what are you in a hurry for?
Yeah, I didn't want to bundle up the baby and myself and Brooks to go outside and watch him play for 5 minutes. I ran into that same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
nice not having a dog on this weekend, huh?
That was so appreciated. I reminded my wife every day. Like, we'd have this dog just taking dumps in our utility room because it's cold outside. The timing was awesome.
Another check mark to have a small dog, because my smallest dog, yes, he just refuses to go to the bathroom in the cold. But it's a lot easier to clean up.
I just don't know that I've ever heard anyone, 2 kids, family dog, within 1 week be saying things like, the timing was awesome.
I'm so glad the dog died.
It was a bonus.
Let's all grow up.
You call it what it is.
You would have suffered.
Of course I do.
Because Jake's in the same spot.
I'm happy for you to join me. So my wife had to go to work, and it was up in the air whether she was going to stay at the hospital or not, because the hospital would pay for your hotel room, or they had beds at the hospital if you wanted to stay overnight.
Ooh.
And I was kind of...
Do you want to stay overnight in a hospital bed, though? Is this where someone once died?
Well, it might not be the hospital bed. It could be like, both times we had a kid, they've got little rooms that have not much, but it's like a little futon built into the wall type thing. And they'll have maybe 2 or 3 of them in there.
Well, I never really thought about this. If you ever had a hospital stay, which I have, I bet someone died in that bed.
Probably.
Or had sex in it.
Well, I know they did now, after I was there.
Yeah.
So I was kind of trying to push her to stay. Just, it's one less thing to drive back and drive there.
It would make me feel so much better knowing that you were okay.
But with the baby, it kind of came out in the wash. It's not like I'm partying over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the baby factor.
I know. And Jake was saying, like, watching his kids play together.
To be home. Unbelievable.
I got about
powerful.
I got about 2 more years before I have 2 boys just busting each other's heads open. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
on autopilot.
I know. Now, I don't know.
Are we stopping it too?
Yeah, we're done.
Ooh.
He's pulling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd be overloaded. And yeah, maybe we're not great parents. I don't know, but I think 2's enough. So my dad came over. He's Jeep man. He'll give you the Jeep wave.
Dude,
he's got big tires on his Jeep. He drove over Saturday morning and took my wife to work at 5 a.m. The roads were fine at that point, so not a big deal. But I couldn't take her because we didn't want to put the boys in the car going downtown. And then from there, it was kneel down time. How can we kill these 48 hours with no mom and 2 boys? And so I did drive over to my
She did
parents.
stay?
Yeah, so she stayed overnight
Oh, I thought you were
because it got bad Saturday.
okay.
So, but then again, like he's never been put down by anyone besides his mom. So I was worried about the boy sleeping through the night. I don't know. It was not a great weekend for me. But my wife's car is in the shop and we had to get a loaner, which is a Subaru. And for some reason, these Subarus can drive like it's nothing on ice. And so when I went down there Sunday to pick her up in the Subaru, there are people going slow. For some reason, people had their hazards on. I know the situation. We're driving on ice. We all are.
Yeah. What is that supposed to do?
There were
Hey,
some people
whoa!
with their hazards on going really slow on the right lane. Fine. But the person with their hazards on doing the same speed as everyone else, I don't understand the point of that. We get it.
Just a little extra lookout.
We're all in the hazard here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now worthless. It's only to set you apart from the other cars.
Right.
You should be driving extra fast with the hazard.
Something. So yeah, I'm all-wheel drive in this Subaru, and I'm thinking, all right, I got to just take back roads all the way downtown from Wiley. It'll take an hour, 15 minutes. But the longer I go and the more confident I'm getting in this car and the faster I'm going, I just decided to get on the highway. Once I got down to like 75 in Northwest Highway, because I didn't want to go on the highways just because of the overpasses. You heard that the overpasses were bad. But honestly, when I got down there, it was fine. So I just driven an hour on the roads, on the ice, kind of figured out what I need to do. You know, there's lanes that people have been driving on. If you stay on those, you're fine for the most part. If you get in the snowy parts and the icy parts, then you could, slip a little bit. But mind you, I'd been doing this for an hour. I'd got myself down there, kind of knew what I was doing. And within the first 2 minutes of my wife getting in the car and me taking off on the road, she's like, "Oh, you might want to slow down a little bit."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I just got myself down here. I don't need your help.
I kind of feel that just whenever my wife tells me to slow, like, we've made it this far. Me driving, like, maybe you should just sit back and just understand that I when you're not in the car, I also see that car that's turning. Like,
yeah,
like I'm aware of all the things that you're now informing me of.
It drives me absolutely crazy. I try to just let it go. But then there's like, we're at home for a few days and I realize there's lots of stuff too that, like, when we remodeled our house, my wife got, to me, it's fancy. Like, somehow you don't see where the soap comes from. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the
Yeah.
And it was out the other day, like on Saturday, and I'm like, I don't have a clue. I don't know where this thing is.
How to put the soap in it.
And then it occurred to me, I don't know how any of that ever happens. And she saw me and she's like, "Magic? Do you think it's magic?" And I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah.
Well,
up until now, I did.
That kind of negates the slow down, turn here.
Yeah.
Go this way.
Well, did you flip it back around? Well, the magic must be out.
Yeah. It's also a nice time to be reminded that, I mean, you were talking about this moving the firewood last week, but I'm all for equality. This doesn't bother me in the face of that. But just the idea that it's 2026 and it's still, hey, something outside that's going to be kind of uncomfortable and hard needs to be done, go do it. There's no real consideration of.
Was there ever a thought that she might be the one that cleans up that dog poo off the?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Hey, the pool pump might be freezing. I need you to go out there, chip all the ice off of it, kind of restart, unplug this thing, plug
I've
it back
said
down. Yeah, I know it's snowing right now.
I've said, hey, I'm afraid of spiders too. Why do I got to be the one that?
Yeah. How have I not done enough to exhibit how womanly I am?
Like, why do I go get this snake? Me?
Yeah.
Get a snake?
You've been around?
Yeah. Like, what do you?
Eek.
What should I do? Change the oil after that? No, I can't do that.
What do you want me to do next? Defend you?
And so I don't know if your algorithms are like this too, but after I finished the Fort Bragg book, I had an opening, and I'm almost to the point of Jake where I'm not quitting books, I'm quitting nonfiction
It's tough,
because
but yeah.
I really, really enjoyed the Fort Bragg book, and I think I learned a lot, and it was very enlightening. But after I was, after I just finished a chapter or whatever, I didn't want, not want, but nothing was bringing me back to
read
keep reading.
something fake.
Wait, no.
something-
What he's saying that he's quit. Go ahead, Blake. You'd finish a chapter and then.
Like I was learning as I was reading, but I don't want to. I don't strive to just learn more. Like
See,
I
he's
want to.
saying
I want to
he
read a
needs-
story. I want to
he
find
wants
the.
the fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the fiction because I want to know the ending. I want to know how we get there. Fort Bragg was like teaching me things, and that's cool. But I don't have like a draw to just like get back to that.
Right, you
I
just
was
stop reading. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, and I
that's-
thought, and it's great. I enjoyed reading it, but nothing was like, oh, I got to find out what
You're
happens
the opposite,
next.
opposite, right?
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm going. Your way more. I'm reading the Tyson book right now. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's my wife has a nice mix, but I told you guys this. I feel like 90% of what she reads is celebrity biographies, which sounds corny, but
Yeah.
I always end up learning a lot. Like,
Hey, the Jessica Simpson one is a great one.
yeah, the Jessica Simpson one, the Pamela Anderson one.
The Agassi.
I think it makes you a smarter person or a more well-rounded person if you can work in fiction. And you've done a lot of it in your day. You're a voracious reader of all types. I don't think I was ever smart enough for fiction. I think it requires more imagination, and I don't know. I'm more.
I don't know if it's
this.
smart or whatever, but it just, I don't know. I typically read before going to bed, and I just think, do I want to learn more about these soldiers and their running drugs? I don't know. But if there's a murder and we got to find out who did it, that
Right.
for some reason draws me in more. And the problem is me. It's not everyone else. So I wanted to find a fiction, and for some reason, I think Gen Zers are picking up like really old like staple, like your Charles Dickens, your whatever. They're picking up the classics. And for some reason, I've seen the Count of Monte Cristo go around heavily. And I remember halfway reading this book in high school because we had to. And I say halfway because I didn't read it. I read Spark Notes just so I could pass my quiz. But I remember picking it up towards the end because I was like, actually, this book might be pretty decent. So I've started back on the Count of Monte Cristo. And it's amazing.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because I think I'd read bits and pieces of it before, trying to read the whole thing, but just revisiting something you read before to see if it holds up. And yeah, I don't know. Gen Zers have it right. It's an amazing story. I'll report back. But my big thing of the weekend was our softball draft occurred yesterday,
Oh.
and I'm back on the Cardinals.
How did 1-1?
No, and that's what I'm bringing up. Because after a slightly down year, I fall into the second round.
Wow.
Not
that's
even a first round.
Value play, though.
Yeah. So,
Is this a draft father-son thing?
yeah. So whoever takes me has to take my dad.
And is that a big
Bit of an albatross
thing around your neck? Yeah.
He's like Thanasis.
I don't think so. He moved up around, actually.
Oh.
So he did well for where he was slotted. No, I think it's
So there was 10 guys people thought were better than you?
no, they were like 24.
Boy, this is going to drive him.
I know.
See that, and that's the thing, is when I saw it, I immediately got upset.
He'll be in the gym. He's already been in the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Anticipating
Ages.
this.
But the thing is like I'm maxed out. I can't go play softball during the week. I should have fallen. I don't play anymore.
No, I don't want to hear this.
But the competitor in me is like, F these guys.
Yeah.
But
You had a great year.
no,
Where'd
not
you
really.
rank? Oh,
Not
really?
No.
Well,
Not by my standards.
He had the best ops on his team.
That wasn't saying much. So, but the thing is like I do want to put my head down and I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to hit the. I can't. I'm saddled down on the weekends. I got a lot going on during the week. I can't hit the cages.
I don't want to hear that.
But that's it. And so now I don't know what to do. I'm super
There is
pissed
no
off.
can.
I'm really pissed off that I fell that late. But now I understand. Like I'm no longer a softball guy. I'm not
This
an
is
athlete anymore.
so simple.
I'm a dad. I'm a dad of 2, and I
No.
work a lot.
No, game day won't allow this to happen.
There you go.
You
Go
don't
to
have to
Game
get
Day
started
Men's
right
Health.
now if you don't want, but you're gonna, and it's gonna help you.
Just stop
When?
in there.
How?
You don't have to go for an hour. You stop in, you'll get a nice little boost.
Yeah.
We'll get you on the peptides. We'll
So
get
Game
you
Day
on
next
the
year.
vitamin. They got different vitamin concoctions as well.
Oh yeah.
GameDay.dumbzone.com, Blake.
They'll hook you up. Get your T-test there, and
Mention the Dumb Zone.
this is easy. You don't have games to do on the weekend anymore, quite like you used to. Your kid, just take Brooks with you to the cages. Put Benny in a stroller right outside there, and just start letting Brooks hit in a cage.
Let's go to the cage. Yeah, let's get him going early.
I bet I've seen him hit the kid.
No,
I've
Brooks can hit.
Yeah, I've seen him wait on something, which is like in a very
Like
advanced
all
move for
these
a
guys that
4-year-old.
are good, though. In fact, I was thinking that about Tyson. Like they were at the age of 13. They were telling him he was going to be the heavyweight champion of the world before he had ever had one amateur fight. You know, they're all starting real early. So get Brooks out there early.
Yeah, what you go
and then
hit
Benny will just be around it. Drake May.
osmosis.
Drake May's dad was a quarterback at North Carolina. Like he's been around it his whole, you gotta be around it to be great. We got to build a major leaguer here. And we're going to
Go get some
start,
cuts.
and it'll start by you going to Game Day Men's Health, then taking the boys for some cuts. It'll also, in your journey of making a major leaguer for us, you're going to get better at softball. And next year, you're going to be back in the first round, my friend.
No doubt.
Yeah, so I'll
GameDay.com.
go to Game Day. I'll get my 10% off, and then we'll just compare the stats from last year to this year.
Easy.
It'll be our case study.
Easy. Well, looks like we got another day of this.
We got another day of this. So let's do this.
From the wonderful world of sports, Radio Sports Scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
A lot of sports this weekend. I know the Luka game was happening. We'll talk about this probably more tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to talk with our friend Kirk Henderson, who got the invite from Luka and his team to be in a suite.
Yeah, I saw that story. So cool. I don't know. It's like I thought I couldn't love Luka anymore, and then he's doing this stuff. It's like, some guys will buy a full-page ad.
More on
Say
that in the
this.
news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but
yeah.
But
no,
just
it's a cool
something
bit.
tangible and
You can
that
meet
those
'em.
fans would really be into. And seems, I don't know what the weather was like. It does seem like it got worse throughout the day Saturday. So the fact that they even had the game was pretty controversial.
Yeah, they couldn't get out the next day, right?
Oh, did they never make it?
Well, they didn't. They moved the game.
Oh, okay.
It has not taken place. I don't know when it's rescheduled to, but yeah. They were
So yeah,
grounded.
Luka beat the Mavs. That's all I know, and that's all I really care about. Otherwise, want to start with the game we didn't broadcast that we were going to?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do that one a little bit quicker.
We can kind of do it quick. Then we'll get to some audio later. You want to do audio like right after a break or something? Talk about the games, break,
Sure.
audio. Denver, New England. Very cool to see the time-lapse video later.
Dude, I mean, that was of the many wild, all over the map things Romo said. I mean, I think he's right about that. I don't think I've ever seen a game where it happened that fast.
So
from one
sunny.
end to the other.
Right. The beginning looked beautiful,
It's insane.
chilly but sunny, and crisp. And what
Like
a
the
great
day we
day
were
for
there.
football.
It would have been like the day we were there.
Yeah,
If by the fourth quarter there was a blizzard, where
which
you
is kind of awesome.
don't know the yard line markers, and even Nance is kind of, you can tell in his head he's trying to do the 5, 15, 20. Okay, I think that's the 23.
They were doing it throughout the game, and to their credit, they were I have questions about the question. the question of should Sean Payton have kicked a field goal and gone up 10-0. They're questioning it slightly when it happened. And of course, if you end up losing by 3, that's going to become you get a little more air in your chest and like, yeah.
You said it, Tony.
Totally should have done that.
You said he was a dumb fucking retard at the time. For not, it's like in reality, Romo was like,
I don't know, I might know. And then yes, I've more on that later. But in my audio is they're over crediting Tony Romo with getting a prediction right.
They have to now.
When he kind of just said, I don't know, you could either throw or run here, and then they run. And he's like, "Bad, Tony, you nailed it. You said they might run."
Romo Stradamus.
Anyway, later in the game, though.
Well, what'd you think of that, real quick? I didn't have any problem.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah, I mean,
At
there's
the time,
no way to know how that's gonna the weather is gonna be. I mean, I guess maybe there was a forecast, but I don't think you could have assumed that was gonna play out in a game where 3 points was gonna be that big of a deal.
It was second quarter, right?
Yeah, and they were inside the 20.
Okay, so then tell me this.
I'm pretty sure.
Why? And I went back and listened to the New England broadcast of these plays as well. New England broadcast of that play, Sean Payton not kicking it. The guy was going nuts. He's like, "Wow, you got to kick that. You got to kick." Okay, and that was a 4th and 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
From the 10. Okay. 8 minutes left in the third. 7-7 game. 4th and 1, New England at the Denver 7. Romo doesn't mention it. They go for it. They get it. They ended up not scoring a touchdown. They ended up kicking a field goal. Romo didn't even make a peep about that. And the New England radio guys also didn't. There's Vrabel. Like, it's kind of like is this we have a preconceived notion, maybe because he had an onside kick in the Super Bowl, that Sean Payton is a mad scientist. Wild. Just sling. Who knows what he's doing next? That's the reason we had confidence in Jared Stidham, because he's got this crazy mastermind, Sean Payton, there. And, what's he doing now? Not kicking a field goal, because that's the chalk. You generally kick a field goal. Wild Sean Payton. We're going to criticize. Everybody criticized him. And then in the third quarter, Vrabel goes up, 4th and 1 from the 8 or the 7 or whatever it was. Same exact situation.
That's a good point.
And now we've already seen, and the weather, I think, is starting to get a little. And they're like, that's Vrabel. I mean, that tough-nosed Vrabel just does things right. Everything he does is right. He's Vrabel.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to the Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy thing a little bit. I saw people comparing McCarthy and Harbaugh. I haven't thought about that one much, but a lot of it is how you sell yourself and how the media perceives of you.
Like everything, McCarthy and Harbaugh look almost exactly alike. If you number of seasons, number of wins, number of titles, number of,
It's not. I'm telling you, man. When David Moore was making that case about Sean Payton and McCarthy, it was almost identical for them at that time. So it's just how you're perceived, and I don't know. I still think it was the right call, but you're right. Vrabel, especially in New England, it's like anything he does.
But they didn't kick that right away. That's my only thing. It's just that he got heavily criticized in the second quarter, and now we're in the third quarter, and we see what this game kind of is. Did turn into an awesome snow game. Confusing in the snow, I noted, was they have a first down pylon now. I was like, wait, are they that close to the goal line? Oh, wait. No, that's at the 30. Like when he was running around the end and kind of diving. And
they show the side view. You can see that. I don't know when they
set a first down pylon.
Makes sense, though.
One other, I don't know. The game was not great. Very early on, they hit a big pass play. Stidham did. And perhaps that was kind of we're testing you, see what we'll do. Because they never really went to that again. Or, obviously it was a Stidham mistake that gave New England the ball at the 10-yard line and allowed them to score a touchdown. We'll hear more of that audio later as well, but the Gene Steratore has a bag, and just the whole, was it a fumble? Was it a pass? It just looked really bad when you saw Stidham.
Did it a few times too. It's weird. You think that's kind of the benefit of having a guy that's been in the room, 10 different rooms for years, and Josh McDaniel wanted to go get him, and Sean Payton wants to go get him, and all these things you hear about him. Davis Webb, the Broncos OC, I got to get this guy. And maybe that means he can run the play, whereas maybe Ben DiNucci wouldn't even be able to get you to that point just because he's not spent enough time as a backup. But when the pressure gets there, you could not tell that Jared Stidham was not a fifth or like an undrafted rookie. It just gets on top of him, and then he would panic. And sometimes he would hold the ball too long. But, dude, I know that they ended up not moving the ball much the rest of the day. I'd love to see a world where they don't turn that ball over right there and they continue to play an even game back and forth with their defenses. That just –
Yeah, how does New England score?
because what Drake May had like 65 passing yards when you take out the sacks, like net passing yards, and his legs were effective, but it wasn't like New England's offense was good by any means.
No.
So I would have liked, that just sucks because that tilts the whole game one way. And unlike in the Rams-Seahawks game, there was never a corresponding fuck up on New England's part to level things out, like the taunting and the muffed punt were that both directly led to scores. So now, like, the other thing I'll say is they ran Stidham once early, and I thought that's genius. Put that in their minds now. And with Dobbins out, I was surprised they never went back to it because I always think when you're especially in the snow, that's the last thing that's going to come to you is like everyone's run off, just take off. Well, I feel like in games like that, run the play, but have the quarterback know in his head, I'm never throwing this ball. I'm running it. I'm going to drop back like a normal pass play, and we're going to do this over and over and over again. That's probably what they would have done if they had Knicks. By the way, I saw a tweet. This is just something you can just say, and I kind of believe it though, because I'll believe anything that somewhere there's video evidence of him breaking his ankle in the locker room celebrating.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that.
It's
like
almost
last week
it almost feels like Occam's razor. Like we would have known if the guy broke his ankle,
right? Where they were trying on the kneel down. People were trying to say, "Yeah, I think I can see him limp there a little bit."
You ever seen somebody break an ankle at like pickup basketball? I'm not saying that Bo Nix would react the same, but it's very Peter Griffin. Like you don't just walk off. But that sucked. It was a fun game, but
like the longest. So I thought one of the longest plays they had, New England, was a flea flicker.
It didn't even work.
Well, what do you mean?
Well,
they got 30 yards out of it.
I know, but like it had to be a perfectly thrown ball, and like Mac Hollins wasn't that open. Is all I'm saying is that it was a good call. It's just that even in that game, you're like, I don't know, Mac Hollins was covered.
My thought was though. And yeah, those New England wide receivers were blanketed all day.
Yeah.
They've got awesome coverage / not great wide receiving core, right?
Yeah.
I just thought because the next play kind of looked the same. They handed it off, and then I was like, has anyone ever now I don't want to do the flea flicker based offense, but if you ran that the next play, that would have worked again.
Yes. It would have worked better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same as the people
like there's no way you would do it twice in a row.
The Colts fake punt. It's not quite the same, but
has
look how well that
worked.
There's no way.
I think that's a next step somewhere is someone's going to do that. Like that should be done in the Super Bowl. That should be what Vrabel pulls out.
That'd be awesome.
We had the flea flicker. I need 2 in a row. All right. Well,
and Drake May called his own number thing on the play at the end that picked up the first down. He looks like not Abe. What's the other old guy in The Simpsons with the glasses? That's who he looks like to me. Nothing about Drake May inspires any confidence.
Oh, Hans Molman?
He looks like Hans Molman to me. His eyes are kind of recessed. His hair's all – but, dude, he looks like an all-time great as far as testing his mettle and him responding. Calling your own number, with Vrabel as your coach. Like, that's Romo Parcells type stuff. And he's obviously a freak athlete. Did you see? This is really weird because everything is forever on the internet. One of my buddies sent to the group chat this morning a tweet of a guy saying, Drake May. I'm going to pull this up for you here. The important thing to note is this tweet is from 2012. That's 14 years ago. So Drake May was 9 or 10. This guy tweeted in August of 2012, "Holy crap, Drake May is the best athlete I've ever seen, playing up a league and still the best in the league." Now, this man was tweeting about a 9 or 10-year-old.
That's probably, though, every one of these NFL players, right?
It probably is, except now we have a tweet for it.
Yeah.
So people go find it, and they're like, what was the context of this? Because he was like 12.
Yeah.
The guy said he was 9. He was 4.5 feet tall and 80 pounds, playing up a league with 11 and 12-year-olds, stiff-arming them and running circles around them.
You remember that I saw Kyler Murray when he was 8.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my brother was kind of like that.
Against 10-year-olds, but yeah.
It's just funny now because you have Twitter, and 15 years later, the guy's in a conference
Yes,
championship
absolutely.
game.
If
If
we
we
had-
fine.
When Bob and I were at the and Gerbs dressed as a chipmunk, we're at the championship game that year for Kyler Murray's little league team.
You would have had
If
some.
Bob had Twitter, he would have absolutely been tweeting it out that this Kyler Murray is amazing.
Yeah, it's just a different world, but it was
And-
cool.
Yeah.
He's a baller, man. It's
So make sure you tweet about every kid you see is the thing, just in case.
And then act super surprised when they come knocking on your door with a bunch of tweets printed out about third graders in your neighborhood.
Before we move on to the next game, let's just mention Qualis. We've already mentioned Qualis a couple times, but they are the sponsor of our new drone that will be here when we do the Super Bowl. It was out at Cane Rosso, but they have drones, and that's how they will give you a free roof inspection. You contact Qualis, tell them you'd like a roof inspection. What do you get for that? Like just a Dumb Zone T-shirt, or at least a
You
Dumb
get
Zone
a
t-shirt?
Dumb Zone T-shirt.
No. I'm not. They give you more if you actually end up getting a roof, but
Well, I bet right now is high time. Like, this is gonna melt, and you're gonna have a lot of people realizing they got jacked up roofs.
yeah.
So this is the time. None of that door to door. What do they say? $2 in a truck, 2 chucks in a truck. I don't even know the phrase.
How many of those spare texts are you getting? The BS like, "Hey, we're working on your I got
Happened
one
to be
this
in the-
morning
Yeah.
that said we're working on your neighbor's house right now. Can we interest you in a? You're
I bet
not.
you're not. I can
You're
see
just
my
lying to
neighbor's
me.
house.
Do you think Qualis would lie to you like that?
I don't. Those companies lie to you then. They're going to keep lying. Not at Qualis. QualisGC.com. 817-500-9008. We talked to our buddy Brian over there last week. Same thing. He just said, man, people want the Dumb Zone leads because those are the good customers. Keep it coming. We appreciate all of you, and we appreciate Qualis at QualisGC.com.
And then Seattle, Sam Darnold will be going to the Super Bowl.
You think we'll talk to Brandon in the next couple weeks?
Absolutely. Why?
I want to talk to him about kicking in that because
Oh yeah.
I didn't listen, but I read a quote from Will Lutz, the Broncos kicker, because they had one blocked, kind of. It got tipped. And he said that their alignment was all jacked up because none of them knew the yard lines. Like they couldn't tell how far back they needed. He was like, all right, are you far back enough on the snap? Am I far back enough? The guys on the end of the formation have to know if they're – so he was like, he couldn't see anything. It's a wild day to kick. But Darnold is going, man, and I'm not mad at it. I have Seahawks fan friends. It's tough to be mad about the Seahawks, right? But I would have been cool with Stafford and McVay. It's just a hell of a football game, man. A lot of fun. The two best teams.
Yeah. Controversial play didn't matter later. But what did you think about the whole unsportsmanlike penalty called? Third quarter, Seattle's up by 11. 3rd and 12, the Rams do not get it. Defensive back celebrating, starts kind of yapping at the Rams bench as he, after he made the play. Referee standing right there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And ends up getting a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, first down, next play, touchdown.
So
Now, if the Rams go on to win, that's heavily pointed at.
Oh yeah,
But it didn't seem like an overly, I don't even know if I believe in the taunting calls, but the standing over a guy and flexing, or the getting right in someone's face. You're a good 10 or 20 feet away from whoever you were kind of yelling over at.
Okay, well, this is a rare one for me where I may be the handoff. I'll tell you how this went for me, because I'm kind of barely watching the game and then knowing I'll go back and do it in the morning. I was driving some spaghetti down. Actually, it was the soup, Blake. It was the gnocchi soup, the top-ranked soup.
That's how you say it?
Yes, gnocchi.
All right. Okay.
So
Nachi?
I was driving down to my
I
parents'
said
house.
nochi.
2 blocks down, but I get in the car and the game is on the radio, and Ross Tucker is the sideline reporter, who I like a lot. I think it was Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner, but I've told you guys before, like in listening to the Cowboys broadcast, Christie always brings a lot, especially if there's some bullshit happening between players. She's tracking that, and it just, I don't know why they don't let the sideline reporters do that during the game. Maybe it's because, on TV, maybe it's because they can kind of show you what happened and you don't need it. Like, you knew the fight was brewing because you've been watching it. Whereas on the radio, you don't necessarily know that. But here's what Ross Tucker, who played in the league.
Ross, there's nothing like it.
It starts out with, we're going to go to Ross coming out of a Hawaiian roll read, which I love.
Ross, there's nothing like it.
No, they are delicious. And Kevin, I'm watching a video of exactly what Reek Woolen did, and it's exactly what I saw. He went down for 10 yards. The side judge said, okay, enough, and kind of told him to go away. He went down the Rams sideline for 15 more yards. I mean, my daughters wouldn't even do that. I would have said, okay, don't do it again. He did it again. They said, don't do it again. The ref gave him a chance to taunt for a little bit, and then he would not stop taunting. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And then I get home.
That is fantastic context.
Agreed.
Fantastic context. Yes, that is absolutely what the sideline reporters should actually do if you're on TV, and not worrying about make sure the snow is in my hair and that looks cool, or whatever outfit I got on, or
I know, and it sounds
just whatever bullshit that you do.
And it sounds coded gender.
Like,
I'm saying this started with me realizing how much Christie brings to the Cowboys broadcast. And then I started, more NFL games and comparing it to there. And I'm like, that's what that guy's down there for. He can tell you, like, hey, I just saw this going on.
Again, you know what? Give me stuff that I don't know. It's like I say about if you're in the color commentary. Show me you were an NFL quarterback, Tony Romo. If you're just going to make oohs and ahs and say real generic stuff, put Jake in the booth. I'm not saying you would just say generic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No.
You were never in a huddle. Tom Brady has been letting us know he was in a huddle, and he'll tell you some fascinating shit.
It makes you feel like you're in the huddle sometimes.
So
But
I
yes,
listen to
you're on the sideline. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I listened to most of the game, and Tucker was all over it. Like, almost once a series, he said something about, hey, Sean McVay was in the officials' ear. He wanted a flag on this and all this kind of stuff. I mean, he was right there in the action. It was amazing.
I guess it's kind of the idea of the Booger Mobile, but somebody down there who's like, hey,
there's a lot of cool shit going on the sideline.
Trayvon and such,
you should be reporting it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think when you get onto the other sideline, you're probably going to get a penalty. Dude.
Okay, so just what I saw, none of that context. Yeah, you're looking at it going, and then I'm thinking what I'm reading a lot of this morning is, well, should you make that call in game 3 of the regular season? Maybe, as you're trying to establish that you're not putting up with this shenanigans, but in a playoff game and all that, in such a high leverage position. But without knowing that, I still thought, I don't know, do you call it? But oh my gosh, you have to call it.
Yeah, and I feel like he knew.
But I also thought, well, the guy is an idiot anyway because of the way they've been calling it this year. Like, by now, we really know. and you do what you're trying to tell your 8-year-old girls who are on your team or soccer team. It's like, celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
And in fact, you should think about that in life, right? You celebrate, like, you're happy for where you are. You're not yelling at someone else for sucking. You're just, you want to be grateful for celebrate what you're doing. No reason to trash talk those.
And it's gonna happen, but you just have to not just be smart about it, but you have to, I guess, read the room.
But that's very interesting to know. The ref was like,
he's kind of letting him
look,
know,
dude, I said we're done with this, and you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a follow-up point, but I don't. If you just want to hear it real quick, this is Blandino and KB and TB talking about the call.
15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. It's an automatic first down. This is number 27's first unsportsmanlike towards disqualification.
That was 4th and 12.
Okay, again, KB in particular gets very focused on that. It would have been more disappointing if it were 4th and 1.
It was not 4th and 12. It was 3rd and 12. It
Okay.
would have been 4th and 12.
Well,
that's where KB is wrong because, and this is my question then. If it was 4th and 12 and that happened, is it now you just possess the ball 15 yards back? Because now change of possession has happened.
I think so.
And I get a penalty.
I think so.
But change of possession had not happened. It was 3rd and 12. They were going to force them to punt.
Yes.
That's a big, important point on it as to why it's a worse. It still would have dropped you back 15 yards, but I don't think it would have given them a first down. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's the way it is. Dead ball foul.
That's a good point. I just know it's an automatic first down. So the down and distance.
But would it?
But you're right about
would
that.
Would it not be automatic first down if it was
already?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Blandino's gonna kind of tie it all together.
And you see he's yapping at the Rams bench, Dean.
Exactly right. He's going at the Rams bench. That's directed at an opponent. That's a big penalty because going 4th down, now it's a first down.
That is unbelievable.
That's it.
I'm not wrong, am I? Wasn't it 3rd down? Yeah, you're not going for a 4th and 12 in the 3rd quarter with 8 minutes left.
No, you're right.
Why would
you're right. They keep saying that, but what Dean adds is that the Rams, they're an opponent. He was yelling at the Rams, they're an opponent. You can't yell. Well, I know that it was the opponent. And he's like, because it was 4. Now it's first down. Back to you guys.
No, he's got nothing.
Bag of all bags.
All those official guys.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. And we can't put the image up, but a couple of series later, the big middle blitz that the Rams sent and they got Darnold. How was that not a taunt? The dude sacked him, and then I took a still shot image of it. I don't think we can put it up, but he starts out with a flex, and then he takes his right arm and kind of puts it in front of his junk. And I'm saying anytime a man has a fist at dick level and is looking down on it, they're simulating something sexual. And Darnold got up. That might have been the loudest I heard.
But I'm looking at the picture now. He's doing it at his teammate. If Sam Darnold was lying in front of him, they would be penalizing him.
You're probably right, but I think anything sexual doesn't matter. I don't think you're allowed to simulate. You couldn't run around your own teammate. What do they call it?
I don't know.
Unsportsmanlike?
Or
it just seemed to me like right after it had happened, this was a very dangerous move to get up and dance like that. The crowd freaked out, and Darnold. Maybe that's why I was feeling Darnold yesterday. Is he seems very much more emotional than he ever has. He's always kind of been a spectrum-y quarterback to me, and I feel like he can feel the importance of this one. So it's fun.
So if you
don't know that I trust in the Super Bowl, but I'll just keep saying that until he wins one.
I got a great chance.
How many times has a guy who led the league in turnovers won the Super Bowl? I'm sure it's happened. Probably Peyton, but
I'll bet it's happened quite a bit. Well, I don't know about quite a bit, but like back in the 70s and stuff. Those are the
wild ass
part of your game, right? Joe Namath had more interceptions than touchdowns in his career. So.
Yeah.
Although, so that also, if I'm talking this out, that might mean like the guy who led had double the amount of interceptions and
Right.
touchdowns
Right.
back in the 70s. But, yeah, man, Darnold in the Super Bowl, he was drafted that same year Baker was number 1.
Oh, yeah. Josh Allen, too, right? Josh Rosen, I would think.
Yeah, Josh Rosen was 10, not in the league anymore. Josh Allen at 7. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, Lamar Jackson,
31.
the last pick, or almost
Or
last
32.
pick.
Okay. I remember I went to go see Sam Darnold with TC and Machine at the Cotton Bowl. USC played. And I remember then thinking, this guy doesn't have it. Because there's nothing really about him that you see and you're like, okay. He doesn't have the rah-rah like Baker, all right, everybody's rallying around him. They say he's throws an accurate ball, but he wasn't that athletic. I just never really saw it. And then he got to the Jets, and it just feels like confirmation bias. But
Well, then he's one of those quarterbacks now that they said is not worthy of the I'm going to break the bank and get him a second contract. But it doesn't mean he's not worthy of,
starting
like
on a winning team.
he's won 14 games in the regular season 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
What is Minnesota thinking right now? Like, if you are a Vikings fan.
Dude, and it's not like when he went there, you were like, well, they're stacked
Yeah.
offensively. Like they don't have Pickens and CD. You didn't know JSN was going to turn into this. You're moving on from Metcalf and Lockett. That's one thing before we move on to audio I do want to say, though, because I've been like very complimentary of both Shoddy and Clayton Adams because the Cowboys' run game looked way different this year. They used way more play action. They used way more motion. They protected Dak. They scored a lot of points. At the end of the day, though, while they may have installed a lot of Clayton Adams stuff, Shoddy still calls the plays. And I felt like yesterday on both sides of the ball multiple times, I felt like there was play calling going on that is entirely a level above anything Shoddy has touched yet. Like the chess pieces of them, how they use Puka on one side and Jackson Smith and Jigba on the other side, the stuff that Sean Payton was doing. Like, I just want to slow down a little bit. Like, I could see a scenario where they let Clayton Adams call plays. I mean, they denied a request for him to become the Eagles OC over the weekend. Lateral move, you can block it. But I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of like to see it before we find out that Shoddy's maybe not. The guy's never been thought of as an expert play caller, which is why it's weird the Cowboys interviewed him
As
just
a play
OC.
caller.
But I was just looking at some of the stuff those teams are doing yesterday and thinking, this is a different level. This is a different level.
I mean, watching all 4 of those teams, the down times that each of them have had recently. I don't know if you call the Rams. They had such a high time, and then they traded away literally all of their draft capital, and then that they're back here after the Cowboys were kind of like laughing at them publicly, like, okay, that's nice. You get 1 Super Bowl. Boy, you're going to be paying for it later. And now they're right back in the mix.
I would think about the Seahawks and the balls it takes to move on from Geno Smith.
Well, the balls it took to move on from Russ.
Yeah, plenty of up and down. They'll move. They'll make a decision, and then the Broncos, they traded for Sean Payton. How weird was that at the time? Of like, you're just going to trade picks? Like, how big of a difference is a huge difference? The Patriots, we screwed up. We're going to pull the ripcord after 1 year. This was not a good idea. We're making a play for Vrabel. Just realizing the same thing as the Eagles
but just
did
losing
with Wentz or
Belichick
whatever.
and Brady. Like, how were you disgusted to see Robert Kraft up there last night? I was.
Yeah, I can handle it when it's Vrabel. I can actually get excited for him. But when I
It's
see
just that
Robert
he's
Kraft
back,
and his
it's like-
dumbass family up there, I can't handle it. That's hard.
Like,
Somehow they make the people from Walmart feel like you're like, all right, these are our people. The Waltons.
All right. Well, Blake, you want to take a little break here? Seems like
Yeah.
Blake has to go potty.
Okay.
All right.
All in, we are with all in pricing at Flooring Direct. I'm Rick Renner. Often other flooring companies quote you low to just get the job. And then when they tear up your floor, when you're most vulnerable, that's when they start asking for more money. We don't do that at Flooring Direct. No surprises. We know what it takes to have a perfect installation. That's why we're the highest rated company in your community for decades and running. Go to flooringdirect.dfw.com.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
Quality Roofing, we've got drones. Boy, they do. And they're going to take those drones, fly them up top, and get a good look at that roof and inspect it.
They will. I never knew that until you told me last
The
week.
whole lead up.
I was last week years old when you
Yeah.
told me that Qualis Roofing has drones. But yes, apparently the insurance companies recommend you get your roof inspected twice a year. I think that's a little ridiculous. Let's at least make it once, though.
But
and
the
do
drone
it with-
makes sense now, though. Because you don't, I mean, if you're going to be going up there, once, twice a year?
Yeah.
You're going to need a drone for that.
QualisGC.com. They're great. They're great with listeners of our show. We've had, tons of people just come up to us and tell us how awesome the experience was with Qualis. I don't have to have anybody to tell me how awesome my experience was. They put a new roof on my house. I wasn't sure if I needed one. I knew that we haven't had a new roof in over a decade. And they went up there, inspected it, and they're like, yeah, you got a lot of hail damage here, man. So we'll take care of it. They took care of everything. They dealt with the insurance company for us. I didn't have to do all the calls on that end, and all we paid is the deductible. So Qualis Roofing, go to QualisGC.com. Do they have a number?
They do. The phone number is 817-500-9008. And all of those are interesting copy points. But there's one final one.
That's where he was leading you guys in it.
It doesn't matter. Qualis Roofing, we've got drones. Magnificent.
You know, all these places want your birthday to give you free stuff on your birthday. Space them out.
That's yeah. What are you gonna do? Eat 12 meals? The free meal? Even if they give you the whole month, that's a lot of pressure.
My birthday, May 15th to this place, June 15th. That place, July 15th. That place, August 15th. Because then I get one free thing a month.
I mean, I'm just in the dojo learning, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in awe.
Yeah.
They were going to throw a shot in us before we left.
Awesome, let's do it.
What do you think?
Couldn't hurt. Glutathione is great. Let's do some shots.
All right.
Shots.
Yeah.
Glutathione
shot. Take a shot.
Yeah.
So glutathione, I recommend doing in the glute only because it's not as comfortable for the injection.
The glute.
Yes.
The butt.
Yes. We'll face my computer.
Is this going to hurt?
It's not going to be as comfortable. Glutathione is kept cold in the fridge, and I think it is a little spicy, just from personal experience.
So you've had this.
I have had this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hear that bell just rang out there.
All done.
Do I have to pull it up now?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
I believe in the future, but not today.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Ooh. I'm so detoxed.
Do you have any questions for me?
Quick one. Do you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Okay.
I got this email literally this morning from Anson, who wanted to shout out Travis and his team at Community Mechanical. So anyway, he had another HVAC company. And he said there was a part that needed fixed, but the labor would be $4,000. And turned off my heater and gas for safety reasons, and then said it'll be 2 weeks for them to replace it.
Sweet.
So he said he was already planning on calling CommMech And then he says in parentheses, I've shortened community mechanical.
Yes,
anyway,
he has. We'll let him own that one.
For an alternate quote, but also to see if they might have a better response time. Now he says, everything I've heard about this company on your podcast is true. I called the office, left a voicemail, had a return call within 5 minutes. Explained the situation. The lady I spoke to gave me emails for both Drew and Travis, asked I explain it to them. I sent all the info, including photos of my equipment. I put in the subject line that I'm a Dumb Zone listener that needs help. They call me 9 minutes later. They gave a ballpark estimate over the phone. It was a quarter of the price the other company quoted me. They sent one of their technicians to the supply store a couple hours later to get the parts. They have the parts in hand. They were at my house 8:30 a.m. the next morning to complete the work. And really, he goes on, there's a lot longer thing where they also discovered like a gas leak that was in his, because his wife had smelled. Anyway, he says they're the real deal. They have a customer for life. You have my permission to use my name, all that kind of stuff. But we've gotten tons of these, though.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Just to know that people are, they're saving people from the cold, from getting ripped off. And they're our boys.
Yeah,
I'm proud of
it's communitydfw.com and the number that you can call or text. And they'll return your text, 469-667-7290.
Trident Access Services, I had garage door bad. But after just one email wrote, could I call you dad? Had a brand new door put in just a single day. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Give up.
Door was sad and sucky, flaccid at its best. But Jeremy and the fellas said, just put your fear to rest. If you need some help like me, just call the boys today. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Yeah, the website is txtrident.com. Hit up Jeremy at 817-512-1212. And we learned through Grady that if you're a listener, you get 10% off.
Is somebody in there? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Sir.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Can you get out for me?
I'm hurting. Let me get my phone. I gotta call somebody.
All right. Yeah, we're calling Eliana.
Before you call the insurance company, call Frankel first. Frankel and Frankel. Call 214 or 817 all threes.
Painting the corner with heat when this guy steps into the dumb zone today.
I'm feeling good. I actually went shopping this morning. I know we're not supposed to do that, but I literally, this is guy versus girl thing. So I meal prep for next week. So I had to buy my salmon now because then I wouldn't be able to do that Saturday or Sunday, right? Like now I'll be able to cook it.
Yep.
So I bought that. I bought my yogurts for the week. Like I bought just a couple things to get me through this weekend. Guy in front of me in line. 2 or 3 items, like 2 frozen pizza. Like I could tell, oh, okay, here's a guy. He's just wants to get him through a couple of days.
Yeah.
Every lady
100%.
that was in the 8 lines. This was Central Market this morning. Oh, I got a beef with Central Market.
Damn,
but every lady,
dude. On fire. On Friday.
the overflowing carts. We got stuff on the bottom. We got we got a ton cans.
Just Fallout Shelter
bins of
Friday.
rice.
No.
Yeah, we got 2 gallons of milk. We got. What are you
I told
doing?
you guys, my wife bought a cheesecake.
Really?
Like a store cheesecake.
Emergency
I was
cheesecake?
Like, we never bought that. Like she bought things we don't buy. And lots of it.
Like we
what
go
are we
in,
doing?
like this is kind of like ladies be shopping, right? We go. You ever go shopping, like run into Kohl's and you buy one shirt and
you know what I
leave?
do it with? Intentionality.
Yeah, I want to do that. It's same with TV. I turn on that TV. I know what I'm going to. My wife. Let's just roll around. Let's scroll. Who knows? Let's try a new show that I've never heard anybody talk about. Like, I got to read about it. I got to hear buzz. I got to know that this is going to be worth
you gotta
my...
maximize
She's
your
like,
time.
oh, let's try... Yeah, I tried that. I watched like 4 episodes, she'll tell me. Like what? When? I don't.
Yeah, well, when time is
And
not
she's
finite.
in 2 book clubs. I've never seen her read books.
She's in shape. She's just like.
Can you be in a book club and just say I listened?
Well,
Yeah.
Aren't you glad she's in the book clubs?
I want her in more.
Yeah.
That's what I should give her for a
No,
gift.
and I noticed the book club.
Here, I found a new book club for you.
The read.
And tonight's Turn Love in the Frozen Friday picture sharing Bridget's snow-covered windshield in Fort Worth. In Mesquite, Jennifer's daughter isn't feeling the snow. And in Farmersville, Joanne's cute dog was either having fun or saying, Mom, it's freezing. I want to go inside. And then we've got Lisa in Farmers Branch enjoying a walk barefoot in the snow. Lisa, you got it. And Judith is showing us her cutie in Paris, Texas. Lots of fun there. But we've got Jessica in Mesquite, bad snow. She's already got cabin fever. Not her favorite, but look at this cutie from Troy. Briley and Denton bundled up to go see UNT play some hoops. Adorable. We've got more Friday snow pics coming right up.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Yeah.
It is your snow picks.
We did not do that stream this weekend. But we did have some Lone Star beer over here. And if you would like to get a little merch, maybe like this cool sweatshirt I have, folks, LoneStarBeer.com. Go with DumbZone21, and you get 21% off your merchandise. Get that crisp Lone Star beer. Don't forget the Lone Star Light as well. And they will be with us on Super Bowl.
Here we go, Lone Star.
We're doing a Super Bowl cast.
DumbZone 21, get you 21% off.
If you're interested in doing the Super Bowl cast, Blake.
Real quick, I think this is just probably like all dudes. We're just advanced in our humor.
Yeah.
But does your wife ever try to send you a meme? You're like, okay.
Go on.
On Friday night, I think, maybe it was Saturday. It must have been Friday. My wife sent me a link that said Encore outages. And it had a little link to click to enter your address here. And this must have just been in her lady group chat. I did notice her laughing really hard, like 15 minutes prior. And she sent me the link, and it was just that Barry Wood guy, the black guy sitting on the corner of the bed with his huge schlong out. Okay, well, at least you laughed.
What was the caption?
It's just a picture of that guy from the COVID. He resurfaced. It's a photoshopped like 18-inch dick.
Yeah, I know.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, no, it's just the link redirected to that.
Okay.
Click here to enter your address on Encore's website.
All right.
I mean,
you don't think that's funny?
I didn't laugh. I was like, okay, yeah. It feels like, but obviously in her group chat, it's like the funniest thing in the world.
I think that's great.
All the Grapevine moms are sending it back and forth to each other. I was like, all right. Yep. All right. She's like, is it real? I'm like, I don't know if it's real. It doesn't.
All right, I'm producing on the fly here. I know we got audio to play.
You got time. Whatever you want, man.
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to emergency book Brunig. Did you see his work?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. This has to be his greatest troll ever.
Are you sure?
Which one? I saw a couple, I think.
He had a troll that has, this isn't like whatever, the replies?
Yeah.
1.6 thousand right now.
That's when you're going to do a troll.
Nearly 1,000 retweets.
See, that's actually backward from what you normally want, right?
Right.
A normal tweet, that's called getting ratioed.
Mm-hmm.
But Brunig, with his powers, is hunting for ratios.
Right. No, it's as of when I saw it yesterday, it had like 30. 30 people going back and forth, and that's what you'll usually see.
Yeah.
When he does something so out there.
I mean,
I
don't know.
I just want to congratulate him. His Matt Brunig, our labor lawyer, and internet troll. He's an internet sports troll. I've talked to him about this before. Like, I wonder if he's talking about socialism in Greenland or whatever it is, renewable energy. Like, are you trolling there, or is this how you think? Because I think it's only sports that he trolls.
Yeah,
but I'm not
you
sure.
have to have a certain type of mind to arrive at that level of trolling. So it all kind of is tied together. Like the thing about how you shouldn't be able to put your knee on the ground when you're the holder. I think he's probably serious about that.
Well, he says the NFL needs to really do something to solve the crowd noise problem. Aside from hearing loss issues, nobody wants to watch a game where the players can't communicate strategy to one another. And
some of the replies are great too.
Now some people get it.
Yeah. Very few.
One of his replies is, "This is why LeBron's bubble championship is the purest and most impressive of all time in American sports."
I laughed extremely hard at that.
And Brunig agreed with him and said, "Distraction-free basketball, like an artist in the studio." But then, of course, most people are, dude, that's what Seattle's famous for, the 12th man. And Matt replies to that. He'll go back and forth for a few minutes till he gets bored. It's like going to a play and screaming so loud that the actors can't perform, or heckling a comic so much he doesn't have time to do his material.
All fair points.
Someone else says, "Hey, every major American sport has significant crowd noise outside of the very small market teams." Matt Brunig, tennis and golf have solved it.
Which I've made the flip side point many times, which is that I don't understand why golfers can't be yelled at. It doesn't make any sense to me that quarterback, or kicker, you're going to have 80,000 screaming, but golf, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait, he had some famous people arguing with him.
And that's what I was going to look. That's what
it was like Ryan Glasspiegel, I think, one of them. He's a guy that's always
front
on
office sports.
Yeah. He's on Ethan's podcast a lot. Just great work.
Fun, yeah, he's
Matt Brunig.
It takes a special kind.
Do you have Brady audio, or do you want to just go right to Romo? Or
Let's start with Brady. I feel like Romo's probably the ender.
All right.
And look, we've got the basics. This crew nicknames itself to high holy hell, TB, KB, EA. It never stops. And while we had the TB12 method during Brady's career, I don't remember the people just referring to him as TB. Maybe they did in the room. And I was just unaware of that, but it feels like a new thing.
I'm going to say never.
The problem with this booth is Kevin Burkhardt, purely because Tom Brady, I think we're going to have audio to play from Brady for the next several years. One, because sometimes he's awesome, and two, he's just a weird cat. Like Brady's he's a weird guy. Now, maybe he's about as regular as you could be for being the best of all time at our most popular sport. Like when I think about the European guys that are the GOATs, they don't even seem like people to me. They seem like a brand, like a core. I can't imagine them just talking like this. You can't really imagine Jordan doing it. When you've seen Wayne Gretzky in the studio, it just feels weird. So maybe it's just bound to be weird, but Burkhardt feels like he needs to be entertaining. And it just, to me, it never works. So this is them throwing it down to preview the halftime show.
Unmute.
Oh, is it on the, you have to do it on that one. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Both ends of the floor. I feel like I've been a bit of a broken record with it because I said it last game. I said it the game before that. But that's exactly what you want from a really quality team. You want
you got to have a tab open or something.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out. This is all right.
Fitness with the
yeah. I'm just gonna have to have you play some audio, and now we've got dog chaos.
Hey, God damn it! All right, you want me to go?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Well, it all started on the sideline. I'll at least play some sideline stuff and see if you get back because we're sending it down to Tracy.
On the line.
Got to test it.
Okay, sending it down to Tracy on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Jim. If there's one thing you know about Sean Payton, he thrives in a crisis, he thrives in a challenge, and he thrives with a backup quarterback. He spent all
right, I'd like to do this first of all. Are you a reporter or are you the PR tool for the league and now specifically for Sean Payton? Is that one thing you know about Sean? First of all, that's three things you know. But what are we doing here? I'm sending it down to our sideline reporter. She's been studying the game. I'm to understand these aren't just eye candy down there. These are people that are there to give me information, kind of like that guy you played that told me that the guy with the taunting call actually had been told 10 yards prior to stop the taunting.
Yeah.
And then he kept doing it. The ref didn't want to call that. That's awesome information. That is reporting. Not this. I don't know what this is, but it continues.
Thanks a lot, Jim. If there's one thing you know about Sean Payton, he thrives in a crisis, he thrives in a challenge, and he thrives with a backup quarterback. He spent all week instilling confidence into Jarrett Stidham. His message to him, I'm not worried about you, Stiddy. Let it rip. As for Bo Nix, he did have surgery on that ankle this week. He is here today in the stadium watching. I had a chance to speak with him before the game. He told me it hurts not being out here with his team playing in the AFC Championship. But he said Stiddy's got it. His message to him this week was take advantage of this opportunity and compete like crazy.
All right. Number 5
All right.
would be like, what do I care about Bo Nix's like he's almost a rookie quarterback himself, and now he's like the sage wise. I'm going to tell Stiddy. Now, of course, number 2 would be if I'm going back to my points of emphasis here, Stiddy. We're going with Stiddy, and we're going to learn how that happened in the first place.
And he knows how important it is to have a backup quarterback. Your whole season can be over if you didn't really plan for that in the offseason. And they understand that, and that's why right now they believe in the study Stiddy.
Okay. So he's thinking about Stidham. They're talking backup quarterback. Romo's saying more generic stuff that anybody could tell you. We don't know he was a quarterback because of this. He didn't talk about the time he went down and Dak Prescott. Like he doesn't relate to anything anymore. He just talks generically, and he says, you know how important a backup quarterback is? Because if you're, that's why they're kind of like the 4th highest paid player on the team sometimes. They're very highly paid. But he's going to say the word study. He had just heard Tracy say Stiddy. And you'll hear the moment when Tony Romo's mind works and he puts it all together.
And they understand that, and that's why right now they believe in the study.
There it is. He was about he wasn't going to say anything, and then he put it together.
In the study Stiddy. Stiddy, who's
studying. But you're starting to hear some chants here for Stiddy. And by the way, that nickname was hung on him by none other than Tom Brady, his rookie year at New England. He's the first to ever call him that. And he says, now everybody knows me as such. 1st and 10.
All right. So that's going to be the first in a long line of Jim Nantz notes. That he'll give you a note. Oh, also, the note on that is Tom Brady gave him that nickname, and his punctuator is...
Now everybody knows me as such. 1st and 10.
Whatever the down and distance is, I can get out of this note. I don't have to wait for the...
buffoon next to me to...
Either the buffoon next to me to not really have anything, or just the tumbleweed to pass by, because it wasn't that interesting, what I just said. But I did get to thinking, starting quarterbacks... are the, if all these guys have their hangers on and yes men, starting quarterbacks, the rest of the team always ends up being yes men to the starting quarterbacks. And Dak bestows nicknames. I shall call you Butter, and from here forth, you're going to be known as Butter, and we're going to use that in broadcast. Like, guess who gave him that name? Dak. But is there anything this guy can't do?
Hey,
He
Brandon.
even gives out cool nicknames.
Brandon, we heard you have a walkout song. Is that no? Dak actually picked that.
But I mean, Jared Stidham, and we're also acting like this is like Butter is actually a bit more creative than his name is Stidham. I'm going to call him Stiddy. What are we in hockey? Like I'm supposed to? Whoa, Tom Brady! Whoa, the creativity on you. You took his name, you took the first syllable, and you added a Y. Bravo!
You can't have another one after Brady gives you one, though.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Because Brady did it.
Yeah, it's Dak is an all-time offender of this, but I love him for it.
Do you want to go on to some of your audio, or do you want to slide into Nance notes?
I'll try you a couple things here before we get to Nance notes. We're talking Brady, so we're going to try to have some chemistry. I hope.
It's been a crazy fourth quarter.
Oh, no, you know what? That's not it, but I will play that for you later. This is it.
Take the lead. And coming up the Verizon halftime show, Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael Grunk down on the field ready to go. And there you go. Give us a little dance, Michael. I love it.
Those two on the right love to dance right there.
I love that. You know, and Terry's just playing it cool right now.
TV's just having fun.
But he's always cool.
TV's like, you guys, you young bucks, what are you talking about? I ain't trying to jiggy with it right there.
Gronk tried to spike the salmon in the Pike Place Market yesterday. Did not go over well.
Oh, no. That'd be quite the splatter.
Yes. All right, let's see what the Seahawks have. All 3 timeouts left.
It's just not – there's really no flow to it at all. You
Yeah.
know, like he didn't try – he spiked
Again,
the
it's just
salmon.
it's a weird bit because he has such an aura.
Yes.
He's so big.
It would be hard for anybody, but I think Jim Nance might be the guy.
Right. You need someone with big broadcasting skins, you know, somewhere in the same neighborhood as your playing skins.
Yeah.
And that would be Brohard and Romo.
Yes.
Both guys, no one really knew who they were. All of a sudden, here they are, and they can't believe it. Neither one of them can believe it. But Nance feels like he belongs on the Mount Rushmore of sports. Like Nance certainly believes that. If you were to ask him who are the top 4 broadcasters ever, he's putting himself in there.
He wouldn't even think about it.
In fact, he has a painting over his fireplace to prove it. And then Tom Brady, he's just so big that he can't just have back and forth. I'm having fun with this guy. You can't do that with Gretzky. You can't do it with, Michael Jordan. He's so big, he'll do one interview for the whole year. He's not going to be in the NBC studio every week.
And I think the problem is that Nance wouldn't even really try, but Kevin feels like this. I'm going to make this. He's my guy. I'm his guy, and it's just a bit odd. We've highlighted before that Chris Collinsworth and several other broadcasters, probably ourselves at times, will struggle with pass rush. But I think everybody's aware of it, and I don't know that Brady messes it up, but it's kind of like you're walking around after you're trying to hold in a fart, and it just causes you to mess it up in a different way, like you're walking funny. So here's how he says it. I have a few.
Finally, get a little momentum. Okay, cool. We just can stop them on first down, then we can settle into our pass rush.
Okay, so he goes like really high A, pass rush, so as to avoid running it together. He does it every time. Pass rush.
It'll be a 3rd down and about 2 that time. That time it was Jones in on the tackle. Stafford just taking what's there.
Yeah, and you see the pass rush. There's just nothing to be seen from this really vaunted pass rush that Seattle's had all season
He wants to say it a lot, but he has to really say that first part. So that's one to look out for. Here they are just having fun. This is, I want to say, during the muffed punt that the kid from the Rams dropped. The Seahawks get the ball. JSN scores a play later. They come back from break, and they've got one of those booth shots to show you that everybody's having fun. And it's a slow-mo of, like, TB and KB doing a fist bump whenever they realized there was a fumble. Like, hey, the game's exciting. And it just showed them fist bump. It's not like they were us during a freaking stream, They fist bump, and that's it. That's what you're seeing while this is happening. 2 guys just having fun.
They're just fans, just like you.
We could be fans, too, even if one of us is the greatest player of all time. Like, we were shocked at that fumble. We're like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, don't show our bosses that we're having too much fun here, actually.
This is something.
Rupert, Lachlan, Shank, Zager. We have a blast, as you guys know.
31-27.
We are having fun.
Feels so forced.
And that's why I have to tell you about how much fun we are having.
Right. But even the way to you're being, I guess he's being self-deprecating to himself, but just that you have to keep pointing out, I'm here with the greatest, like Joe Buck. It's a quick
Hall of Fame quarterback.
Hall of Fame quarterback, 3-time Super Bowl winner. All right, let's get on to this because now that we're not that anymore. We're this. We're the best at this.
I don't even think Brady likes
hey,
it. He feels uncomfortable.
Right,
like,
that's what I mean. It's just the constant, even if one of those guys is the greatest quarterback of all time, like, how about we're actually just two guys? Let's pretend. But you can't. You just can't. He's too big, and that's why it doesn't fit.
Because he's so big and because he's the GOAT, he does occasionally go on these little soliloquies where I feel like I'm in the huddle with Tom Brady. And after we had the taunting penalty on the Seahawks, they go over and there's a little bit of fighting going on. And I first started cutting this because I thought it fit perfectly with the bullshit narratives that we create. This team is so tight. Like, Shotty's just got these guys play. Like, every team is tight. And every team is tight until somebody commits a penalty that hands the other team a touchdown in the championship game, and now they're pissed off. So
that's why you should focus on the football, I think, and not the dinners early.
Sure. But Brady makes a great point in here, and I think it ends up being pretty cool.
Well, you talked about this team has been so connected under Mike McDonald, but after that sequence, those 3 plays from Woolen, there's some argument going on. It's Nicky Manwari, the rookie. You see Leonard Williams and Kobe Bryant in there.
Yeah, I just think there's a human intricacy to all these team environments, and that's why we're never going to be replaced as robots, as NFL players, because it's too dramatic. There's too many emotions, sideline emotions, infield emotions. Such a great game, and all the details matter, KB, as they say, and you never know which one matters until the game's over. That's why they're all important.
Here is Shaheed on the end around.
Hey, so I was thinking earlier in the day, maybe this is gummy thought. I've been at home a lot. Time doesn't matter. I was like, man, this game is in Seattle because of that 2-point conversion, which swung our picks game.
Oh,
where
yeah.
a ball hit somebody in the head.
Yeah.
And then, somebody whoever goes and picks it up in the corner. And you can boil it all down to that. But there's a million other things. But if you're Tom Brady, you're saying we don't know which one of the things it'll be. So it's very important that from Monday to Sunday, you take every little thing as important as I do. Because one of these little things is going to be the thing that makes us move on or not, whether it's a dumbass penalty or forgetting this or that. And it felt almost like you were with Brady, where he's like trying to explain to you why the little things matter.
Imagine the Brady and Belichick over the years as they develop that together.
Yeah, because you come out of college and that's who Brady is talking to, is guys who are like, I can slack off on this or that. It's not going to matter. I've always been able to get by on talent. He's like, now we're down to the margins.
But to him, it was like,
little.
Yeah. So is it his diet? Is it the exercise he does? Is it the study he does? Is it that he didn't go to Cabo? Is it that he had a projection of, like, it's everything?
Cover it all.
Yes, because it might be one, like you said. It could be one of those things.
This is before the game, Aaron Andrews report.
As we go downstairs to Aaron Andrews.
And I started off with head coach Sean McVay about what to do in terms of disrupting Sam.
Yeah, that's halftime. Whatever, it's generic, blah, blah, blah. I just I thought there might be a drop in here.
When they're in the red zone, and of course he screamed, "Let's go!"
Oh, I figured. And Emmanuel.
Hold on, I think we can use this. She sounds crazy. And this is one I just labeled.
I just feel bad she had to work yesterday.
Oh, I know, especially in the
a lot of
conditions.
people were, with their families at home, and
she couldn't be there.
No.
And then my final Brady one is just this is just called Brady Sounds Like a Stoner.
And the 1-2 punch of Walker Charbonnet that they haven't had today. Walker definitely has stuck up in his role and played a tremendous game. Catching passes out of the backfield, making people miss, challenging the edge of the defense. 2.5 minutes to get to the Super Bowl, man.
Man.
2.5 minutes to get to the Super Bowl, man. Doesn't get any better than this.
2.5 minutes, and then we'll be there. Brady's great. He's come a long way. Arrow pointing up.
Yeah.
Really like listening to him do a game. even if he's a bit goofy.
He is way better. Well, let's go into. Let's see. Where did we end with? Some Nance. Let's do some Nance fun.
Some notes. 2nd and 7.
Not a big Nance fan over here, if you haven't figured that out. But I don't know whether to call this wordplay, but it's kind of like the Romo butterfly. He sees something and then he has to try and say something about it, where Nance tries to be creative about it, and especially when they're coming out of the break and he's doing live reads or,
And by Verbo, private vacation rentals. Well, when it comes time to renting a backup quarterback, it's interesting. In the offseason, the Patriots tried to bring Jarrett back to New England.
Yeah.
Yes, so he's got the rental read, and then let the Patriots try to rent a quarterback. They also are going to do something with, they had pictures. It was like this old-timey car museum was the B-roll.
And by Royal Caribbean. It's big time. So is the Forney Museum of Transportation here in Denver. One of the kind collection of over 800 artifacts relating to historical transportation. Now, who's going to make the little travel trip over to Santa Clara?
I'm only laughing because I know how happy that made him.
And then they're promoting a big movie, a big new
Odyssey.
Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey, July 17th. Okay, The Odyssey comes out in July, but this is a little winter odyssey taking place here in the Mile High City.
Yeah, I don't know. That one felt a little more. There's a lot you could have done with that. But that felt failed.
So we have Nance notes, because he gets notes and he's going to work them in somewhere if he has to,
Dude, hold on real quick. I was just thinking about who were we talking about? Was it Martin Luther King or Jackie Robinson that Romo did wow. Jackie Robinson, Martin Luther King, certainly. Yeah, it must have been Martin.
It was MLK.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, it just
because I have a bunch of those.
Okay, it would have been. I just in my head now. I imagine.
Can you find that one, Blake? Or can you play stuff, Blake?
I can't. But if you just search MLK, it's in there.
All right, find it while we talk about Poncho for a second.
Oh, absolutely. Poncho is the best fitting. It's the most comfortable shirt in the game. These are button ups. You've probably seen us wearing them. Blake wears his under his suit because they got long sleeves. They got short sleeves. Wick away. They're made for me because I have a weird body and I need stretchy fabric. I also sweat a lot. They don't really show the sweat because it's not cotton. You also have SPF 50 built right into the shirt, so you're outside. That's keeping you safe from the sun. Simply put, these are the best outdoor shirts, button-ups in general I've ever had. I used to see the guys who would wear the fishing shirts, and I'm like, I want a shirt like that, but I don't want to look like a dumbass. And then Poncho made it to where you can wear that shirt without that at ponchooutdoors.com/dumbzone. There's 2 O's in there. PONCHO outdoors.com/dumbzone. Get you $10 off and free shipping. Please let them know the Dumb Zone sent you. No, you play that, and I imagine if there was any hang time, just Romo. Like, yeah, wow, Odyssey.
Okay, well
Homer.
Let's get to some of those.
We all know Homer.
Here's they were talking MLK.
We can all contribute to MLK's legacy through acts of volunteerism and social change. To learn more, visit realizethedream.org.
What a day. Martin Luther King deserves to have a day named after him.
Most Pittsburgh fans made the drive
perfect,
here,
dude.
3 hours away.
What a day.
What a day.
Martin Luther
Certainly.
King deserves. I thought that too when they were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago talking about that female ref. This is what
We've had so many games that she's done, so respected. And here is the handoff to Williams for a couple, but now
Let
it'll
it
be
go.
3rd and long again.
Yeah, she's inspiring. A lot of young women up there, and that's great to see. And great for everyone in the NFL. She's talented too.
So yeah, I don't know what to label. I don't know what to call this, but I'm calling it non-ad. Like he's not adding anything to it, but he's trying to because he's the guy there. So this is where if Nance doesn't have a 2nd and 10 to get to, it's hang time, and Romo is.
And let me just say this too. I'm not saying that like I don't stay out of politics or whatever, but I've heard so many times where Joe Buck has read whatever like the league wanted them to note that. And you know who doesn't say anything about it? Troy.
Troy knows his.
Joe goes right into the next
lane.
play, and Troy waits for the next football thing that happens to talk on, rather than just going, "Wow, look at her."
Here's one.
In this Patriots story, it's amazing. They just got pelted the last 2 years. They won 8 games in 2 years total, and then what do? They go out and get Mike Vrabel. And man, can he coach. Yeah. Now they're firing back at people. And you don't want to be in their way. And on the road, they haven't lost. If they win here, they would be the first team to ever go 9-0 on the road in the history of the league in one season.
They got the right man at top of the helm to do it.
Here's May starting this drive out of the gun.
Yeah, that's a football one, and he still just had nothing.
Right man at the top of the helm to do it.
There's the Kraft family.
Oh, by the way, if you think Al Michaels loves owners,
oh my God, dude!
No one messes their pants more than Jim Nance when he sees the Kraft. Oh,
loves.
There they are, and they're sweet. Oh, look at them, just all rich, being all private jetty.
They've gotten themselves back here again.
So deserved. Such great work they do with the community.
Second to only, or maybe third to Mike Vrabel and Drake May, it's Robert Kraft.
There's the Kraft family.
But what could Romo add to the conversation?
Showing what they're seeing here in the last few minutes.
What a job they've done, right? Their whole careers, and now coming back and getting back here in championship games.
They can get this win here today. It would be the 40th playoff win all time, which would tie for the most in NFL history with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, him and Jonathan, they're at the top of the food chain for a long time, and now they're back here.
Just
how did they? He had nothing.
Anything about how they do it?
Add. He had nothing to add.
There's so much they could have talked about from like the Belichick standpoint, you know, of like, oh, had a rift with Coach Belichick.
I feel like they didn't mention Belichick at all.
At all.
Yeah.
But that's a big part of the story. And instead it's just
there they are. Boy.
Rich. Yeah, he also has a son, and I know his name.
Boy, they're
Jonathan.
There they are, good at what they do.
Which is for you now to tell us, Tony.
Other people to do things. So
also important to note that it was the AFC Championship game when Robert Kraft was flying from Jupiter, Florida to Kansas City, and he got that hand job and a finger slipped into his butt crack at Orchids of Asia, which there is a Outback Steakhouse and a Taco Bell in that parking lot.
And the reason you know?
Because I went there.
You were there. Nance note.
Morning of.
This is where Spillane got hurt. Spillane, the grandson of the Heisman Trophy winner 73 years ago, Johnny Leitner, the halfback from Notre Dame. It's a 3rd and 9.
You know.
I'll tell you what else he loves. Halfbacks from Notre Dame.
From 70 years ago or 50 years ago.
All right, here's a note. It is true, but I just don't know that it fits. I don't know.
Interesting matchup. You got McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, Joseph, the defensive coordinator, pitched against him. Both of them former head coaches of the Denver Broncos. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
It's true. They are both former head coaches of the Broncos. Here's a note. We're also going to get a new nickname because Jim Nance will give you a trace or a tone. I've never heard this nickname before. We're looking at the halftime crew, who for some reason you got to bring them out and make them stand outside.
Oh, yeah, playoffs.
This is like I was watching the news this weekend, and I can't remember what nice little Fox 4 coworker was up there, who I respect totally and wouldn't say anything about.
David Sintender.
But it was somebody was out. They sent him out in the middle of the thing. Like you can't just be in the studio saying, God damn, it's 9 degrees out there. No one should go outside. No, they go 9 degrees out there. No one should go outside. Let's now throw it to, and then she's standing outside.
Yeah.
And she's, it's like, why? Why did you go drive outside? You just drove in this traffic that you all told us, or this roadway that you said not to get on. It's not safe.
Typical media.
The halftime crew, they also do that. They're freezing their ass off. They're standing there in their suits, and we're going to get a nickname and a note.
Verizon halftime report coming up. JB, how long?
No! No way! Never. No one has ever called him how long. Howie is already short for Howard. We're not doing how.
How long?
Come on. How water, maybe, but.
Coming up, JB, how long? Nate, Kirk Cousins, and Coach Cowher, all time hosting AFC Championship games. Denver is 6-1. The only team to beat them was 20 years ago this week. Bill Cowher's Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC title.
Yeah, Bill was a pretty good coach, in case people didn't know. We talked to Vrabel this week. We've seen it.
And it was Vrabel's first NFL coach as he came into the league through the Steelers in the draft pick. First and 10.
First and 10. Yeah, that's. I know Romo likes to remind people of stuff that I think everyone knows, but also I am old now. And Bill Cowher hasn't coached for a long time, but how long is the worst? That may be the worst attempt at a nickname I've ever heard, because you're taking off the part that people normally add to nicknames. E.
Right, the hockey thing. Am I wrong, or did Vrabel get released from Pittsburgh?
I don't know. He wasn't much of a player, note of a player when he arrived in New England, right?
No, and that's what I read the Belichick book, and finding Vrabel was a big part of it. Is that on the Pro Football Reference real quick? Transactions?
Free agent. Yeah, they released him.
Okay, so does that hurt the what a great coach? In fact, he was Vrabel's first coach. Yeah. Thought he kind of sucked, released him. And actually another coach had to pick him up and actually say, I see the talent here.
Right.
You released him. You just gave him to another team. You gave is Vrabel a Hall of Fame player or just like a really, really good player?
He'd be really, really good, but still.
Right. I just don't know
great player. He's a 10-year starter.
So did that fit the whole narrative of Bill Cowher? He's so great. We had okay. Here's my last Nance note. Oh, this is my second to last Nance note. Sorry.
Here's the thing that's interesting. Both of these teams were 14-3 in the regular season. Denver got the one because of a better common opponents record. Basically, it got down to the fact that the Raiders had beaten the Patriots week 1. Otherwise, it's possible this game right now would be in that snowstorm instead of this one.
That is interesting. I thought it would have been a nice tie-in to say, so in a sense, Tom Brady kept this game out of New England because Tom Brady is a part owner of the
Raiders. I don't think there's a 0% chance that Tom Brady ends up hiring Clint Kubiak based on the game I was watching yesterday. The Raiders have an open coaching position. It is very weird. It doesn't really bother me at all during the game, but it is weird. It would piss me off if I was a league executive, like on another team.
Obviously, it's not like it helped them a lot this year.
No, but you know how we talk about the margins.
Yeah. So here's my last Nance note, and this also goes to the rich people like to pretend that they're normal people and that they're not as rich as they are. And Nance will also speak up for other rich people to let you know that they're just normal. Like what? He had a story about one player who got to go to a game, but it was a Super Bowl, but it was like the third deck. I mean, it was he went to great lengths to tell you that it was Josh Allen. It was Patrick Mahomes, whose dad is a former Major League Baseball player. And it was like, they just somehow had to sit on the corner and panhandle and try and get themselves into this game. Like he was a very well-known. Anyway,
yeah,
we're going to do the same thing to Drake May.
It's just an amazing story here. You look at May; he's going to be now. heading to Santa Clara. He'll be the second youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl, second only to Dan Marino, 23 years old. When he was 13, and the game was Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara. Growing up in Charlotte, he was a big Carolina Panther fan. And as they were making their way through the postseason, his dad, Mark, said, "We got to go." So they traveled from Charlotte out to Santa Clara. They didn't have tickets. They found some out there. And he's sat in the second deck.
Okay, so let's make sure we say it's the second deck. So you can just up and go.
Right, we'll just find tickets.
Just find tickets. That's the most expensive way to ever get tickets.
Dude.
And you can just go stay in the San Francisco area. Oh, I can just pick up and go.
That's insane.
I'm not saying you're private jetting it, but you're just stop with the he had to, like, he's got to say second deck though. He had to say that it wasn't a suite. It was a second deck.
Yeah. And
Again,
in Nance's world, that like a little boy might be like, "Oh, the second deck. It's the Super Bowl. You drove across the country, right?"
Or got there somehow.
Somehow. Yeah, I mean, we used to drive to games in Austin, my dad and I, and go to UT games after the first quarter was over because we could get in for. They make it sound like that's what he's doing. It's not.
This also is kind of the Romo adds nothing.
And he sat in the second deck and watched that Super Bowl. It's the only Super Bowl he's ever been to. He was 13 in the same building.
Yeah,
wait. He was 13 and he hadn't yet been to a Super Bowl?
And he didn't go back either. He's only been to one Super Bowl as a spectator, and it was when he was in 8th grade.
By the time I was 13.
Right, I was tired of.
I'd have, first of all, I'd have, sex with 3 different women.
Right.
Yes, I'd been to 17 Super Bowls. I'd 3 national championships.
Did the coin toss.
Yeah, I mean, what a loser this kid was.
Nance is disconnected from a normal person as anyone in media.
Right. My first 3 Super Bowls was in a suite. I would never have sat in the second deck. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and down there they have to pay for food by item. Each item you have to pay for it. It's not even a spread, Tones.
For 2 weeks from now, he'll start and try to lead the Patriots to a world championship.
I wonder if that 13-year-old kid said in 10 years, you're going back to the Super Bowl, but you're playing in it. What a moment for him.
Yeah.
Didn't need that. All right, let me wrap this up. I'm going to play. I have a lot more. We'll play it tomorrow, okay?
And I know we want to wrap up. I feel like if Troy was standing there, and that's how I keep trying to do this in my head, Troy would have been like, not a lot of my friends in Oklahoma going to Super Bowls. I guess he would have made fun of that. Like the idea that you're an 8th grader, those tickets are like $5,000 each for the second deck. Disgusted. Sorry.
Should I wrap it up or should we say F it? Because it's a cold day and what do you want me to do?
I'll do whatever you want.
Because I have.
I don't care.
Well, I have this. I have an argument with Tracy Wolfson.
Jim, a big reason Jarrett Stidham is here in Denver is his relationship with quarterbacks coach Davis Webb, who he's known since his high school days in Texas. And
do we think that's a big reason?
What
if I told you that Jarrett Stidham signed with Denver March 13th, 2023, and that Davis Webb was hired 2 weeks later?
That would certainly invalidate.
He went there because Davis Webb was there? That would at least officially not be the case unless Sean Payton had kind of assured him that your buddy Davis Webb will be here.
And
I'll bet they all kind of know each other, though.
Yeah, especially those guys.
These
especially
guys
come from Texas, which is a billion of them.
He's known him since high school. That's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Like, I'll bet Baker knew 10 current NFL quarterbacks in high school.
And coaches, offensive coordinators, and QB coaches now. And I'm not even saying I'm disagreeing with our leader Dan here, but it is very clear, boys, that he just doesn't find her attractive because Michelle Tafoya, who I view physically as the same person as Tracy Wolfson, just gets a pass on all these. Tracy Wolfson is fine. She's normal. but
Michelle Tafoya doesn't do this in the beginning.
Thanks a lot, Jim. If there's one thing you know about Sean Payton, he thrives in a crisis.
That's true.
He thrives in a.
I just don't think
she's the
she was
ultimate-
down there. She was down there reporting stuff.
Yeah, she's the ultimate friend of the coach. It seems like. Did she get her mole removed? Did she used to have like a honker up top?
She did. Is it gone? I didn't note that. You know what? I will save some of this for tomorrow, only because it requires us to dive a bit deeper. But they are overly crediting Romo with predicting things, so we'll do that. That'll be our special subscriber only audio for tomorrow. I'll leave you with this, and it's what is Romo saying here? That's the title of this cut.
Stidham really aggressively sending a message to his huddle
near the end of the game.
This is why you, every time you coach.
Okay.
Already, dude.
So it's cold.
You just know.
It's cold. There's snow. Stidham's yelling at the huddle. All right. Now here's a guy. You know what? I don't really get what's going on here. I need a guy who's played in the NFL. What can he tell me?
This is why you, every time you coach, you sit there and somebody teaches you stuff, and Parcells taught, Belichick, Sean Payton, Vrabel, they all know this. It's like when you're in this situation, you protect the football and you figure it out, and you expect your defense to hold up, but it depends on what direction you're going. We'll see.
Man, I love this so much.
You're watching this with your wife or your mom or whatever. I'm sorry to be stereotypical. You're a lady who doesn't really understand football, and then she's like, "What? What did he say?" Like somewhere in his head, he's putting together these things. Remember, Parcells once told me about hidden yardage.
Yes.
And he's like, so I remember, I'm going to say Parcells.
But then also Sean Payton is involved here.
Wait, protecting the ball. Yeah, let me just bring this up. Let me just a lot of different things.
It's word association.
But he's not explaining it to any, somewhere in his head, it makes sense. It all fits.
Yes.
But not to people listening.
Yes. I think he's obviously got a brilliant football mind. He is not a great communicator. I don't know that he plans even one word ahead. It just sounds like he's speaking extemporaneously. That's the clip I was going to play for you guys. I think this is patient zero. And obviously it's a movie quote. And you went back and watched Dumb and Dumber recently, and in the last 10 years, and found it not that funny. Romo, every time he watches it, it's funnier. And so this is when we first heard him do this, and it was kind of cutesy and a joke, but now you hear him do it every game. But this is back from 2017.
It's been a crazy fourth quarter after a dominating Pittsburgh defensive performance.
Now they kind of pooch kick it right into the arms of Smith-Schuster. And, he's out of
Samsonite, Swanson.
He's out of bounds at the 24.
And Nance has no idea. And
right.
but Romo does that study. He's out of bounds and out of town. And out of town, if you go on the road, you will be travel. It's just insane. It's just insane. A lot of fun.
Let's go.
Warby Parker is a new sponsor of ours.
It may be a new sponsor of ours, but I've been in the Warby Parker game for a very long time, Dan.
Yes, Warby, W-A-R-B-Y, Parker. Eyeglasses.
Yeah.
WarbyParker.com/dumbzone will get you 15% off when you buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses. WarbyParker.com/dumbzone.
Yeah, you'll get free shipping along with that 15% off when you do 2 or more. It might have been 7, 8, 9, I don't know, 10 years ago that I switched fully to Warby Parker. I bought all of my glasses from there since then. They have cool frames I like. They're not crazy expensive. You can do your prescription right there online. They got like a virtual try-on you can do online.
Yeah,
I have 2 pair of these, and I've been rotating. When I lose one or break one, I buy another. These are my glasses now.
I did an order this weekend. It took like 5-10 minutes. Whatever. I got a lot of stuff done that I've been putting off because
Heck yeah.
I am inside, and Got me some Warby Parker specs.
They got prescription glasses that start at just $95. So you're getting quality, stylish frames at an affordable price. People ask me where I got my glasses. I love them.
Do what I did. Get a pair of regular glasses and a pair of prescription sunglasses.
Bingo. You buy those two or more, you're getting 15% off plus free shipping at warbyparker.com/dumbzone. WARBY Parker.com/dumbzone. Where are the glasses that I wear? I don't know. I started to say that like Romo and then immediately felt like that's not a great selling point.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
Yeah, now here's where we need to pull that last closed tab up because I had to nuke the whole thing so that we could stop playing the. Okay, so we'll make it sort of quick today. The news is the weather. That's what we've been talking about. There was a very sad story out of Frisco, but I saw kids in my neighborhood getting pulled behind the Jeeps and thought, it.
Guess who was told about that immediately? Guy with nurse as a wife.
Oh, she sees it, huh?
Boy, Brooks and Benny are never allowed to be on an e-scooter, an e-bike, none of that, because all she sees is kids who got hurt on this kind of stuff.
That's why
the last freeze, there was a kid, she took care of a kid in the ICU. Same thing happened. Was being pulled by a truck that stopped, and she went flat into the back of the truck.
Ooh.
That's why your kids always know to use a flared base.
Yeah.
Because she's seen it.
But I don't know. This stuff does happen, but she, I don't know.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, it happened. This happened yesterday afternoon in the afternoon. A Jeep Wrangler driven by a 16-year-old boy, 2 girls on a sled. Sled hits a curb and then it collided with a tree, and one girl died.
Ooh.
And the other girl has got life-threatening injuries and is in the hospital. Horrible, dude. But I don't know. I want to say it's like random because people are doing that. Like this is what happens in my mind is that I hear, boy, back in my day, and I even think back to what we did, and
that's because
did I just not know that people were dying from it?
It's
they were always dying from it.
Yes, that's right. They were always dying from it.
But it's still a very small amount of people.
That's also right.
But it's the one kid out of a million kids that gets into a fridge that's on the side of the road and gets locked in there. Then you're going to be like, that should never happen, right?
Yeah.
So never, you tell everybody not to do that. And same thing. So now the ones that didn't die are going to be here 40 years later saying, why do you need a bike helmet when you ride your bike?
The survivor's bias.
I was fine.
Yeah.
Now, some people weren't, and they're the dead ones.
Right.
Then they're not here to say, no, it's bad. Or they probably through their tube have to say it or something, So
I am.
These are probably good things, but it's also just woke.
That's right.
Right.
I'm way more worried about slipping and falling during these 4 days than I am the car. Just getting from my house to my car. It's like no matter how much I plan every step, I still there's a little slip. Getting out of the car here,
which is weird.
And that's how you you hear about people dying.
What, slipping?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit your head.
Yeah. Like it's hard for me to imagine
Bob
a
Saget.
car accident on the way over here that would have really.
Well, you're driving so slow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's nobody else out there. By the way, I did watch Marcelo Hernandez this weekend.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. Kid from SNL. He's got a lot of Full House jokes. So Bob Saget was.
Oh, that was a very funny.
Yeah,
the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, Dan and Jake as generationally share physical discipline being a big part of our. And sometimes it just felt like your mom was mad, not really disciplining you for anything. And that was a big player in that special. Couple of other small local weather notes. We did have a handful of power outages. As of 5:30 this morning, we had 13,000 people without power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That does suck. That's been the one thing. I'm just like, just keep power. I don't care if we run out of food or I run out of dry firewood, which I'm up against right now. Let's just keep the power on. That's great. You know?
No, it really is. And it's I mean, this is an annoying thing to do, so I try not to do it. But it is definitely be appreciative, like we were talking earlier, just about the level of comfort you live in.
Do you even look at the news to watch? Like, do you remember getting up to watch the scroll to see if your
100%.
school was closed?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stay
So
up late, just get up early.
my wife
pray for it.
works at a school.
Oh my God, Bastrop. You knew like the schools around yours in the alphabetical order.
Oh yeah. So my wife works at a school. So she got an email and she knew school was canceled. But she's like, we were starting to watch Family Feud last night on More 27. You can catch DZ TV on that at 9 p.m. But we were watching that at about 5. And she goes, I want to see my school come up for school closings. Her school begins with the W. And we watched one episode and we got to maybe the M's in a half hour. Like it took an hour
Jeez.
to finally get to her school, but she had to see it. She had to sit
and
graduation. She just wanted the feeling of seeing it. Like that made it real.
Well, how about
maybe it was nostalgia too?
How about seeing it as a kid and then you got to drag your parents in there to say, no, it was on there. Just wait right here.
Oh my gosh.
10 minutes. Hold on.
Wasn't that the greatest thing though? Watching.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Because you did not have, you couldn't go search it.
Glorious.
Or the anger you felt when your school wasn't on there.
Right. No way. Yeah. Your rival.
Yeah.
The next city over is closed and yours isn't.
Kanye West has issued an apology, Dan.
This is out of character.
Very out of
He
character.
doesn't apologize.
He is going full mea culpa. He purchased a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
Now, there are some funny parts about this. If you're just wanting to do stereotypes, his primary reason for this apology has to do with anti-Semitism. I haven't read it because I don't know if we have an active WSJ subby, but it's been listed out everywhere. So he said, I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. So this is what he's fighting. And I guess in his mind, and maybe some of his advisors, he was like, aha, the Jews, money, the Wall Street Journal. I will buy a full ad and to adjudicate this there.
Why not put it in the Hollywood Reporter or something, right?
Yeah, it was just a bit weird.
Didn't he?
The gist of this is him saying straight up, dude, I've had a brain injury since I got in that car crash. Which 22, and people have said that, and like his mom dying.
Yeah,
he just lost
the car crash where he had his mouth wired shut
through the wire. Yeah,
couple good albums after that though.
No doubt. And I even think Pablo is good. I think he still kept doing some good stuff when he was going crazy. It's just when he got full on, and then you watch the documentary, he's definitely bipolar. Definitely. Sorry, I cut you off.
Like you gave a bipolar guy $1 billion and said, "Here, have at it."
Yeah,
and that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
No, I thought
pretty much
there was a couple years ago where he was watching some show.
It was 21 Jump Street.
The star of that show was Jewish, and then he's like, "Oh, I like Jewish people."
It was Jonah Hill.
Okay.
And it was hilarious because everybody knew that Jonah Hill was like either still asleep or not online yet. It was early in the morning on a weekend. Like he's gonna be so confused.
Now I'm pro-Jewish. This show's awesome.
Let me see if this will play or not. This is from this always made me laugh. But since he's apologizing for his anti-Semitism, this is I guess when he was in one of his unmedicated states.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
He writes that he was scared, he has bipolar, and he leaned into basically the swastika as I'm gonna do the most shocking thing possible because I am a manic, paranoid, impulsive person. And he's like, listen, this is real. I'm bipolar, I'm treating it, I'm Kanye West again. So yeah. Full page article. Never good. Unless you got traded or something to a team that's going to pay you like a lot more money or something like that. But it's probably not ever. Like if we're doing it, I don't love the optics. It's hard for me to figure out a way where that's a win for us.
If we ever take out a full page ad in something, no, I think that means that it is a win.
Like we're thanking
like
people?
We're never doing it for a negative. Yeah, we're doing it like we have so much money now that we're putting out a full page ad to flaunt it.
Okay, that's a fun way to think of it because I'm just imagining like, I don't know, they get Blake's computer and it's got...
No, if I'm on the way out, I'm not wasting my last
that's a good point.
few dollars on a full page ad.
That's a good point.
I'm worried about healthcare in the future.
So Kanye's back, folks. And we'll make that the news for today.
Well, I'm fully on board.
Me too. I mean,
with Kanye,
I'm on board with people not espousing Nazi stuff.
Like and
I'm not on board with that, but
that was a good news.
Sometimes the music is so good.
If he just keeps that part, we'll be fine.
I mean, if people are still on board with Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Viewer mail birthdays. Want to give any quick love out? Let's give another shout out to Game Day Men's Health. We're not in the studio today, but gameday.dumbzone.com. You probably can't get over there today either. Put it on your list.
Call. Yeah, Game Day is...
Put it on your list, Blake.
Game Day's a real treat.
Don't be drafted in the second round like a pussy.
Yeah.
Go to gameday.dumbzone.com. A few birthdays today. We start with Hello Munchies McDowell. Please give a shout out to my wife Shannon Reed. She turned 40.
Hot.
Yeah. Regular Dumb Zone listener, and we enjoy our Did You Listen to Today's Episode conversations. She loves bragging about how many times her emails are read on air.
Oh.
She loves her bit of secretly starting a tiff with Plashley.
Good bit.
She claimed at first that she was the real Plashley. Then she didn't tell me it was her. And when I brought it up later in conversation, she would be laughing to herself, knowing of her success.
That's a great bit. I love that we can help bits within relationships. That's fun.
She also came up with peace in the middle crease.
Very good.
Anyway, listening from day one up here in Iowa from Andy Reed. His name is Andy.
All right. I call him And Reed.
And?
That's the worst I've ever heard. Like, imagine that guy pick up basketball. It's so annoying.
Good evening, Bracket Dan. Saturday was my son's Rowdy/DeMarvion Overshone birthday.
Oh.
That's right. Over the weekend, my wife pushed a human out of her gash. I'd like a Jake name rating.
Ooh, yeah.
Harrison Lee.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Nothing crazy. It's a little, little uppity, but perfect. I think it's good. It's distinguished.
I wanted to make him your youngest subby. However, my finance-minded wife told me how stupid that would be to double pay every month for a podcast. I will chalk that up to her still having pregnancy brain.
Yeah,
his leader is Dan and Jake wanting to live stream a game that had fewer than 400 total yards because they had to be tucked into bed by 8 p.m. Never punt. Go Brew Crew. That's from Nate from Michigan.
I was looking this up the other day, and it gave me a whole new level of respect for Blake. Did you guys know that naturally, even though you're not the one pushing it out of your gash, that naturally when your mate has a child and you're there for it, your testosterone naturally lowers as to make you more caring and nurturing, and low-key probably to make you not freak out because everyone else in your family's all jacked up and really annoying. And evolutionary-wise, that was probably a thing. So 99% of dudes, their T goes down so that they can really be loving and nurturing. And in that moment, they handed that baby to Blake and were like, would you like skin to skin? And he was like, fuck no.
Pussy. This kid's gay.
Yeah. And I'm not. So
Somebody's got to be strong here.
All right. So like God it's herself is trying to get you to be caring.
No.
Blake's like, I got to mash.
Greetings, Sasquatch of the Slit. Happy Javonte Williams' birthday to great dude and aspiring sit-in guest Josh Remington.
Remy.
He is an elite friend with a smoke show of a wife and a hammer between his legs.
Prove it.
He says he's widely renowned as that. His leaders are Sarah Heppela's Mommy Milkers, the Why Hillary Lost list, Blake's Halo Literature Collection, and Drop Beth cutting audio live at Cane Rosso.
This is a G.
She was out there doing that. Josh would like to also put out the call to the entire DF Nation for sweet tickets.
What are we doing?
No, don't
Not to see the Dallas Stars, but to cheer on the Dallas Wings as they begin their 4th season of 2026. More unarchived Blake ad reads and just the right amount of Jared Sandler describing the genetic selection process of his future children, which seems a bit backwards given his heritage, but we're not here to judge. A contribution to the DZ Venmo has been made to ensure this gets read live to tape from Andrew Chuckles Collier, day 1, number 194.
AC.
Dear Hedrick the Entertainer, I'd like to wish my buddy Adam happy 30th birthday. Leaders are Jake's Piss Bottle, Benefactor Blake, and Large Hardware Store Walking Dan. More defensive Jared Sandler over losing picks. Keep grabbing life by the box and striving for those imps, Playboys. That's from Garrett.
Great email.
And finally, good frigid morning. I'm writing this email from the warmth of my restroom to wish good dude Alex a happy 40th birthday. He's been a good dude since 6 years old. I didn't buy him a yearly membership. I just got him to buy month-to-month himself over a year and a half ago. If Jake said he's a good dude, that would be great. $6.90 has been sent from Matt V.
Great dude.
Grab life by the box.
All right, let's go here.
Game Day Men's Health presents On This Day in History.
And today is... We're a bonus-sized episode today. It's not fun-sized.
No, platinum.
But what else do we have to do, you know? Besides a little of the old in-out.
Put that game day to work.
So it's Monday, January 26th. Oh, I was super impressed when I saw this morning, so I got excited and read about it. It was on this day in 1985, Wayne Gretzky scored his 50th goal in what was the 49th game of the season. And he did it on his 24th birthday. So I go there, I'm searching, and I'm like, oh, it's incredible. I come across another story that 3 years before that, Wayne Gretzky scored his 50th goal in the 39th game of the season.
At 21, 22.
I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought this would have been the most amazing thing ever. He was averaging a goal, not a point a game, a goal a game. And no, it was the most amazing thing except from when he did it a few years prior.
Maybe I should retire any and all Great One related trolling.
Yeah, I was about to bring up, I think you've said he was not that great.
Well, I will tell you, there's a problem called being a sports hipster. And a lot of us have suffered from this at different times. But growing up, I didn't want Gretzky to be my favorite player. I didn't even want Madonna to be my favorite player. Like, I wanted two-way guys. I wanted power
Anthony
forwards.
Davis.
Yeah, well.
He's a guy who played both sides of the floor.
This is a 15-year-old me buying a Josh Howard jersey instead of a Dirk jersey.
Yes, that's all it is. And we've all done
now
it.
you're looking at that Josh Howard jersey in your closet.
What
did I do?
I could take it to a UT Dallas game and get it signed, I guess.
Like he's like, oh, you're the one.
But yeah, that inclination is why I was like, oh, Wayne Gretzky, come on.
Can he check into the boards?
Can't patrol the middle.
On this day in 1986, it was Super Bowl 20. This is the Bears Super Bowl. They win 46-10. Destroyed New England. Super Bowl shuffle, all that. This Super Bowl is of note because it became the most viewed television program in history, overtaking Blake. Now Super Bowls are they're always the most watched.
Even I know
MASH?
The finale of MASH. Wonder if we should make Blake watch the finale of MASH.
I'd like to watch it. It would be funny to hear his thoughts, but Henry's thoughts or something. But I've never seen it. The concept of the show still baffles me. But
would you have to watch the first episode ever and the last, and then say
first and last?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
On this day in 1998, President Bill Clinton on the TV forcefully denied having an affair with a former White House intern. He told reporters, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky." Pounded his fist on the. That's the playbook. You got to deny till they find out, and then you're like, "All right, was it that bad?"
Palmero.
Yep.
Ooh.
On this day in, excuse me, I want to say 20. It's 2009. I got caught in the middle.
It's fun. 2000.
A lady named Nadia Suleman. Do you know her?
Of course. You know I know her.
What do you know her as?
There can only be one.
She gave
Octomom.
She gave birth to 8 babies on this day.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Well, this is very obvious now. I didn't know this at the time, but anybody who's doing that, because I remember thinking at the time, that poor woman. But I'm almost positive she was just juiced out of her mind on fertility meds.
Yeah, she had already had 6 kids.
Then that's
all conceived through in vitro.
Yeah, that's
and this particular batch was 6 boys and 2 girls.
That's a mental illness.
Yeah.
I think she did porn.
I think you probably don't just think that.
Yeah.
I bet you know it for sure.
Octomom Home Alone is a
it's probably still all put together, right? C-section, you C-section that thing. You don't.
I'm gonna find out.
You don't just drop them out.
I'm trying to get a
one.
dollar amount.
Although they were kind of smallish, some of them were like only 1.5 pounds, and
yeah,
they just kind of fall right out of you then, right?
So you're saying it doesn't really count?
I'm just saying it's not it doesn't hurt as a childbirth. It just like slides right out. Like, you ever have, what are those things you order at a Chinese or Japanese sushi place? The pregame meal. They're full of protein, the little peas in a pod type thing. What's
edamame.
That edamame. That's what it is. You kind of like give it a little squeeze and it pops right out.
And once the first hole is made, the rest just go through that?
Yeah, it's easy. And then you can salt them or put a little garlic on them sometimes.
She said later in the video, "It was such a positive experience for me and helped me embrace my sexuality." She described it as empowering and liberating. She was solo, by the way.
Also,
solo porn?
Yeah, it's just 30 minutes of her flicking the edamame bean.
I'm not interested in that.
Also, pregame meal, also known as appetizer.
Damn.
Everyone knew what I meant. And Jake, should I wait for on this day? Died on this day? Or should I just say on this day in 2020, Jake made some money on a parlay.
Ooh, buddy.
Yep.
Miami Super Bowl.
And the two things happened on this day. I'll save the name for died on this day. But one was Jake made money on a parlay. Two was the Mavs retired the number 8. Elsewhere on January 26th, this day in Dumb Zone history.
I actually have a lot on this day. Obviously, it was Kobe Day, so yeah, Jake made a lot of money. Some numbers started coming out from quarantine that everyone thought there would be a baby boom during COVID, but there was actually a baby bust. People weren't horny during that.
Can you two might be a good study on this, though. Because
not me.
No, I'm saying like this weekend you're shut in.
Oh.
With 2 kids who demand 24-hour attention, right?
Yeah.
That's not a good atmosphere for making babies. The good atmosphere is being able to go out, being able to have someone watch your kids, being able to do whatever.
No, it's the classic experience is the best birth control type thing. So for sure.
But there's not a lot of free time. I mean, this past weekend.
But I guess you hear about like, we used to.
And you're both mad.
Right. We used to rib with Bob about 9/11. The 9/11 baby. And you hear about those, but I guess that's more like.
He did have
I don't know what's going to happen in the world, and I want to make sure my seed carries on type thing. And nobody's thinking that during COVID. They're like, whatever, no more.
Yeah, I want my
take
kid
one.
Also on this day in 2021, Jake explained that his wife's mom was in the delivery room, and Dan thought that was really weird.
He was right about that. Everyone who thought it was weird was right about that.
Do you think it's weird, Blake?
Yeah.
Was your mother-in-law there?
No.
She wasn't there for the second one, so somebody else must have also agreed it was not.
Or maybe she's just like a first-time type thing,
Break the seal.
Like, was she there when she lost her virginity?
Like Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
In 2022, for some reason, the Sean Payton to Dallas rumor started. And just looking back, how much better that would have been if that had been true.
I kind of can't believe that never happened. Through all the different ways.
Like he was the one that got away.
Yeah. And Jerry, you just think would make that right at some point.
And then there was a rumor that the Cowboys were going to trade for him in 2019, but the New Orleans owner didn't want to lose Anthony Davis and Sean Payton in the same month.
I remember hearing that. If you think that the Cowboys are a mess organization-wise, everything the Bensons have going on down there is insane. The Saints, the Pelicans, they're constantly being investigated for their relationship with the Catholic Church, constantly for helping them cover things up. I don't know about shady, but they're a mess.
I think about they had to give up all draft picks to get him. Then they go to the Russ thing. They're in cap hell, in draft hell, because they gave up draft picks to get him too. And here they are. They're in the Super Bowl like 2 years later.
AFC, close enough.
Close.
Or yeah, sorry.
I think this is the first Jake has a buddy, and it wasn't even labeled this at the time. This is back in 2022. Jake has a buddy who got a Wall Street Journal subscription to impress girls.
My roommate.
You can see that full-page ad.
He would walk around with it under his arm back when people did that.
I love that bit.
Yeah.
Jake thinks drug dealers lack the sense of smell. I think you're onto that too. 2023. I bring this up because now it's kind of come full circle because a few years ago, Dan didn't pay for family's groceries because he didn't know if it was a scam. And turns out you were right.
Yeah.
You were ahead of the game here.
You know how I've told you guys, like, you hear about like a murder trial where a guy's getting tried for killing his wife or something, but he didn't do it. And then they're going through all their, like, he used to call her a bitch, and there was a joke. There was a Curb episode where he was pretending to slap Cheryl in the car.
Oh, okay.
And everyone's like, oh. I was looking at I was doing my expenses the other day, and I looked at, my wife had paid for the Ukrainian gypsy grifters like groceries to the tune of $600, and I felt bad, so I Venmo'd her for half of it. And the note is just like $300 for being a dumb bitch. I'm paying you for half. I should be able to get my shot in,
right?
You know, but I don't know that the judge is going to love that one.
This was also the day in 2023 we were supposed to have Marlon Wayans on, but he bailed.
Man.
So
you know what
instead,
yesterday was?
The anniversary of Dan watching Requiem for a Dream.
That's
so
right.
then it just became one big long segment about Requiem for a Dream.
I'm
not upset.
There's never been a needle in these arms. That movie.
Oh.
Dude, the pan out when the guy's lost his arm from an overdose, and they're just like, your arm is rotten, dude. That stuck with me in a way that, whew.
And then I'll leave you with this, a bad bit from 2024. Alyssa Milano takes to Twitter to ask for money for her son's baseball team.
That certainly is on the Mount Rushmore of bad bit, right? It's got it all. A celebrity who doesn't need the money, asking people for it's your kid,
right?
Sports.
You know what Snoop does? He buys his team a bus.
Uniforms, ice chests.
He doesn't say, "Here's a GoFundMe, help me pay for my kid."
Yeah, that's just you love it. You love it.
All right. Other birthdays today. We have, there are some people who contributed. We have like a document, DFW Sports Birthdays. And we would have, I don't really reference it too much anymore, but I still do occasionally because I just want to make sure I'm covering everybody. But as we've had different interns over the years, they will put their name on it.
Sure.
So I can tell you that today is former intern Margot Meyer's 32nd birthday.
I was thinking Margot.
She loves the Bills, folks.
Is she still out there? Like, is she on social media and stuff? She was cool. She had 4 fingers on one hand.
Well, so do I.
All right. Freaking Nora.
Just being accurate.
She had only 4 fingers on one hand. An interesting look.
So do I. What's this? That's a thumb.
I'm sorry I came over here. I want to go back to my kids.
Dan Bailey, 38.
I almost don't like saying his name.
Just because it ended so quickly?
It's out there.
Look, all pro athletes at some point, except for the one we know, will have diminished skills over time.
It just happens so fast, dude. And I don't really feel like he loved me bringing it up. Like, you ever talk to these guys? He's like, why don't you shut up?
Yeah.
And I'll keep making kicks. I know, but it's like.
I don't bring up. Why are you being so negative?
Dude, Brunig's tweet is on the Today's News trend.
I was just looking at that.
I told you let's book him for tomorrow. I just want to credit him with an all-time troll. Like, I saw it like almost immediately, and I knew right then, like, this is gold, but it'll never really get its due.
Dude, he followed up this morning retweeting himself with, you could solve the crowd noise problem while still retaining a home field advantage by giving the home team the power to invalidate one play a game. So once a game, after the play is over, the home team can force a redo, in parentheses, same down distance, etc. So, and that one's got 134 replies and only like 10 tweets.
Game sealing interception. Nope.
We're the home team.
I was holding this all game.
Problem solved. God.
He's so good. Vince Carter is 49.
The game winner.
I was at that game. That's a top 5
Me
sport
too.
for me, which says something, right? It's like the first round of the playoffs at a series the Mavs didn't win.
Yeah,
That was game 5?
Yeah, Saturday. Game 5. Because then
No,
I think
they won't lose 2 in a row.
yeah.
Joshua Dobbs is 31.
Genius.
The Pastronaut.
The Pastranaut. He also, I think, as a backup, didn't he beat the Cowboys?
Oh yeah,
with Arizona.
Yeah, just like Colt McCoy before him.
And he is on his way. Speaking of Verbo, he's on his way to San Francisco as he is a Patriot. Who knew that?
I didn't.
I did not know that.
I don't know if it's practice squad or what string he is, but he's current Patriot. Travis Etienne is 27.
Williams.
I think I helped finance his career.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. He owes you.
Wayne Gretzky, 65.
He made a major mistake because he elected to stay in college another year, and then COVID hit.
He got caught. He got caught up in it bad.
Let's stay in college. Running backs will certainly be more valuable next year.
Sometimes you miss the boat.
Manti Te'o is 35.
Why? He's good on TV.
Is he?
Yeah.
Merrill Hodge is 61. Did you watch the Manti documentary?
I did.
Yeah.
I hate Merrill Hodge because he said Vince Young would not be a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
He said a bunch of wild stuff, but then I think he started having concussion problems.
And he was right.
Yeah. Today's, I'm going to give this for today's, he's still alive, is Scott Glenn is 87. He was an urban cowboy. He was also in, what's the one with Jodie Foster? Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, wow.
He was an awesome badass and urban cowboy.
Why do I know this guy recently?
Made Sissy pick up those eggs she threw on the ground.
He's definitely in Training Day, right? They go rob him. Why do I know this guy? What did we just see with him in? The White Lotus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he was like, what's his name's dad, right? Uncle Rico's dad.
Yes. Or was he...
Not Uncle Rico's dad.
Shane's dad.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins' dad.
Yeah.
He thought, but
yeah.
That guy does rock.
Well, he's still rolling, mid-80s.
He looks good, too.
Out there acting.
Do you remember that part in Training Day? Do you remember him, Blake?
It's not coming back to me. But he looks really familiar in something else you haven't said yet.
Training Day is 25 years old now.
Ellen DeGeneres is 68.
Oh, he's in The Leftovers.
That's right. He's also in The Leftovers.
He's Big Dick's dad.
Yes.
I should watch that again.
Ellen, very funny. Legitimately, I think one of the funniest people of our generation. Her stand-up that she did a couple years ago, I thought was great. She's also probably a horrible person.
Wasn't that confirmed a few years ago? Wasn't she
Everyone
moved to
who
support
works
staff?
for her, yeah, everyone who works for her is like, it's not good.
Yeah, that bothered me because
Not
I like
good.
her. I've always thought she was funny. Good stand-ups from way back, 90s.
Really, I need to go back and watch some of the older ones then, because she's got serious fastball and command of the crowd. Just like,
and she's Dory.
She's also Dory.
She's Dory. That's huge.
She also never raped my kid and sucked all the adrenochrome out of their necks to live longer. So,
some used to call her Vaginefeld. She was very similar to Jerry Seinfeld. She was a lady.
God, I bet that killed for you.
And Dumb Zone birthday of the day, Nate Mooney's 54. Want to look up Nate Mooney?
No, he's not Paul Mooney.
You'll support this.
McPoyle?
Yeah, that's fantastic. He's one of the best.
Ryan McPoyle on Always Sunny.
I don't know he's in Breaking Bad.
Born on this day, now dead. Bob Uecker.
Blake.
Once wrote a letter to Pat Murphy.
He penned it in October and complimented the Brewers' OPS in the month of February or something.
Yeah. Their splits against left-handed pitching in December that year. We'll be around the aura of Uecker in just 3 weeks at Brewers spring training.
Oddly enough, we're going to cover Brewer spring training. Why not? And dead on this day, still dead. You got Kobe Bryant. And you have Henry Briggs. I want you guys to tell me, when did Henry Briggs die?
Engine?
What year? No, he was a mathematician. He invented long division.
But his name is Henry Briggs.
Right.
Not like, Sissius Mathusis or something. That's a very... But long division feels old. All right, I'm going to guess...
Give me 1840.
I'm going to guess 1700.
He died at the age of 68 in the year 1630.
Okay.
There's a hint. Wow.
He invented long division in the 1500s.
Before that, you would just fall off like the edge of the world.
Yeah.
There was no...
I think it was just girl math, wasn't it?
What happened to girl math?
And that's what happened on this day in history.
Girl math.
What are you guys doing tonight? Have you... Oh, you guys have both driven. Blake's been out driving. I'm not driving.
Don't worry about it, man.
I'm not driving till it's over freezing. What's that?
You don't want to go to Cash Soroy's house? No, I'll be here. All things, stay the same. I'll be here tomorrow. Hell, I'll probably just stay here. It does look a little icy out there.
How mad would your wife be?
Baby, you want to put yourself at risk?
All right.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. 10 Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
He's too much.
I never wanna know a day that's over 40 degrees. I'd rather have a 30, 20, 10, 5, and let it free.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow.
That's right.
He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. 10 Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. Too much.
Too much.